Are we live?
We've been live for a while now.
Oh, we're live!
Oh, that's awesome.
Welcome everyone to Shumimasen's Extra Play D&D Campaign 1, Kavinos. I'm not going to take up too much time, so I'll just hand it right over to Max, our Dungeon Master. Take it away, Maxie.
Okay. So, D&D first campaign is called Kavinos Origination, as you might be able to see on screen. So, welcome to Kavinos. The year is 305 PGD, which stands for Post-Great Devastation. Kavinos, also known as the Marvel of Civilization, is home to a myriad of races, though humans are the most numerous. The island city-state, like many other places, are a hostile land outside of civilization. Due to numerous technological experiments made within its cities, the plains outside the Golden City are polluted and poisoned. Experiments trying to control magic have also caused certain areas of the landscape to become damaged and volatile. Even within the few places that still bear life, they host strange creatures, sometimes twisted and mutated from experiments, hiding in their lairs and protecting secrets from inventors or mages. There are numerous threats below ground as well, in the tunnels and caves below the island itself. Kavinos is a land of both natural predators and man-made horrors that take life as easily as they augment it. In the center of the kingdom lies the Golden City, sometimes also known as Kavinosi, the pinnacle of Kavinos' technological advancements and the heart of their culture. It is here that inventions and scientific progress is made. And to the east lies the Kavinos Plains, an area of barren, blasted fields that have been poisoned by chemicals, mysterious oils, and dangerous corrupting magic. Citizens generally travel by lightning rail, wanting to avoid the strange half-organic, half-machine creatures that roam the plains, amongst other threats. And to the west of the Golden City lies the Fading Hills, a fitting name for the last bastion of land that still manages to sustain life. The solitary wood and the shattered swamp lie here, hiding the secrets from most of civilization. Curious inventors and scientists are always looking for adventurers willing to brave the dangers here, hoping to find a new way to conduct their foul experiments. Kavinos is the twin island state of Bravinos, the naval state that lies just a small stretch of ocean away. The peaceful relationship between Kavinos and Bravinos is tenuous, though they do share trade routes. Kavinos has always been wary and envious of the naval power that Bravinos holds, while Bravinos has always been deeply concerned with Kavinos' reckless foray into technological advancements and the poisoning of the land. Their differences have always caused the politics between both island states to fluctuate, but for the most part, there has been no outright declaration of war. Recently, the Emperor of Kavinos, called the Tyrant King by some, Octavius Ramsey Elganon, seems to have been committing many resources to his inventors and scientists. It is unknown why that is so, but there have also been many calls for adventurers to plume the depths of the island. There have also been a couple of freak accidents that have occurred across the Golden City, gas explosions and magical mishaps alike. Investigations into the affairs seem to have gotten nowhere. While all these occur within the island city-state itself, more dangerous rumors, spoken in harsh whispers, seem to have reached the ears of certain travelers and merchants of an impending invasion of Bravinos itself. Our story for this campaign, however, starts on a much smaller scale. The lot of you are a bunch of adventurers, and you find yourself this day in the Bronze City, a distance away from the main Golden City of Kavinos. The Bronze City is a city that is known for the forging of equipment that Kavinos uses, be it weapons, be it armor, be it tools, or smelting of materials such as metals that they require. It's a well-known fact throughout Kavinos that the Bronze City has a very, very bright purplish blue flame in the middle of the city that basically helps it to smelt all the metals it needs and create all the materials it needs. This flame has not gone out for centuries. However, now the flame has gone out. You've heard the call from across Kavinos that they are seeking adventurers and adventuring parties to try to figure out why the flame went out. And the reason why it is so important is obviously because this flame is basically the heart of the city, and without it, Kavinos as an entire kingdom can't function. And so you made your way all the way to the Bronze City. You find yourself in the town hall before the councilmen and councilwomen, in this case, who are trying to organize the adventuring groups for their foray into these investigations of the flame going out. So as you stand outside the town hall, some of you have never met each other. Some of you do know each other from your previous adventures. So, in this case, before we officially begin, can I have every one of you introduce your characters and how you look like and what you might be doing at this point of time standing outside the town hall of the Bronze City?
Okay.
We'll start with Gaius.
Okay. So what you see is basically a long humanoid cat, right? Average height, average weight, not too big, but not too skinny either. I have white spots, kind of reminds, I guess the people who've seen one of a snow leopard. On my, I guess on my hips, there are two swords, just strapped to it. I'm just kind of like walking along with this cockiness to it. This like I know I can get away with anything kind of feel to it. And I have like this really bright blue eyes that some people say it's striking, but some would say it's soulless. And yeah, I think that basically explains what I look like, and that's really it.
Okay. And what might you be doing at this point in time while you stand outside the town hall?
Right now I'm kind of like one of those scene keeps leaning back against one of the like a wall or something, just chatting with Silene Star, who will describe herself, but I'm just chatting, just talking,
Yeah.
just having
Okay.
conversation.
Did you mention your character's name yet?
Oh yeah, my character's name is Nad.
Right. Okay, so as Nat kind of lounges and leans against the wall, he actually has a companion with him, a wood elf. Silene, could you introduce yourself, please?
So beside now, you see Silene. Silene's a slender wood elf. As on par with the average human male's height, so around 170 centimeters or so. So quite tall. She carries a sense of elegance, good posture, taught for her from years underneath her teachings as a druid. Um, Up on her head is just a fiery maple red hair, just goes up to her shoulders, and at the end of the tips goes into like a regal kind of purple that she dyes herself. Um, People that are close enough may notice that Silene is not talking in common with Nad. They're actually speaking a foreign language, kind of secretive to the rest of the group. But you can see that they're having a small on what's going on, the flame that's going out. Her face is very soft, light freckles across her cheeks. She seems kind of like young for a wood elf. But in her eyes, if you look across her like hazel mapley eyes, she's seen some stuff. She's gone for a little bit. It's not the eyes of a young child that's removes with wonder. Across her body, she has a kind of like a cloak, a dark forest green kind of shroud that's across the shoulders, goes around her back, and underneath that it's just some regular padded armor. Used in like a naturey kind of like a foresty floor kind of look. At her at her side, she's holding a quarterstaff as a main weapon, something that she channels her magic through, and thrown across her back is just a longbow of elven making, just across the back that she uses for hunting and stuff.
Okay.
And that's Silene for now, yeah.
Okay. So as Nat and Silene are immersed in their conversation, they don't quite notice that there are a few other adventurers who seem to be seeking their fortunes who have just joined them. Coming down the street from the town hall, there is a rather large-looking dragonborn that is now headed in their direction. Soul, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yep. So my character's name is Soul. He's quite a large character. He stands over 7 feet tall, weighing at about 300 pounds. So as he steps on the ground, you can hear armored footfalls of each fall. But so he's walking quite direct. You know, he's walking with purpose. He's definitely come from a militaristic background. It's all very regimented, very controlled, very orthodox. Draped over his armor is a thick, dusty coat, which has obviously been seeing a lot of wear and tear over the years. Not very well maintained, but you know, sufficient for its purpose. Very Spartan looking, very bare, very simple. Over that is a big hood which has been drawn over, obscuring the eyes, so you can just barely make out some teeth and a bit of a smile. He doesn't look like he's too interested in the flame itself. You know, he looks like he's more interested in scanning the crowd. And one thing that you notice is that he looks similar to a crocodile scanning the crowd for potential targets.
God damn.
But very,
Okay.
very taciturn, not making a sound.
Okay. And as Soul approaches the outside of the town hall, which is the supposed meeting area for adventuring parties who are interested in this expedition, he does catch sight of the two other figures, but they don't seem to be concerned with him right now. They do seem to be more interested in their own conversation. And as you kind of look around and continue to scan, you also see almost slinking, not so much slinking through the shadows, but walking with a form of grace of its own is another cat-like creature that is approaching from the other end of the street, as you can see. So, Cat Monk, can we have you describe yourself?
So my character, it's similar to Geis's in the sense that it's a tabaxi, but unlike the snow leopard, like little dots or prints, it's actually got like stripes, more so like a tiger. It's still a big fella. He's 6'8". He's a bit darker, but he's also a bit chunky. He's a chunky boy, but he's still nimble as fuck. Like he's real quick. He's got streaks of red in his hair that matches his stripe. The stripes on his body, but also on his tail, it's quite a fiery red. He's got like not really monk robes, but they're darker, and you can't really tell whether it's darker because of uncleanliness or whether it's just a dark color of the robes. Yeah, he hasn't really been around people for a while, and he's actually come to the town not solely for the flame, but also because he heard about like a lost civilization around this area, and he just wants to find out a bit more about it. Yeah, that's my boy Cat.
Okay. So as you approach this town hall as well, Kat, do you see you do see the three figures that are already there, two of which are conversing. They seem to know each other, and one of which is this huge dragonborn who is standing slightly away from them, just still scanning the streets as though looking for more of your group of the adventuring group that has now come together. Do you want to do anything perhaps? Or would you just wait around?
I think for now, wait. I think the thing that stood out to me the most was another tabaxi.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think I'm just gonna wait for now.
Okay. So you join kind of like the other tabaxi to lean against the wall a little bit, but you are trying to glance in that tabaxi's direction. And as all of you stand outside the town hall, kind of waiting for instructions because no one's come to get you yet, you do see what seems to be a last member of your new adventuring party, someone who seems to walk with almost an air of superiority of her own, and it's a female humanoid looking creature that is now walking in the same direction that Soul came from. Alina, can you describe yourself, please? Can you introduce and describe yourself?
So my name is Alina Dash. I'm 5'7", fairly slender physique and relatively good posture. As you said, I carry myself with a little bit of superiority, but not so much that it's arrogant, just verging on a little bit of a god complex. I have long black hair that covers my front and my back, but you can see slight burn scars peeking out from my collarbones and across my shoulder. I also have a sunstone necklace that sits just below my clothing, but you can see it peeking out. It's fairly large and fairly ostentatious. My clothes are quite nice. They're quite fashionable, and as you said, I do carry myself with an air of superiority. But you can see that they're worn. You can see that she's been on the road for a little while. She's more of an explorer, and she doesn't necessarily have a key. She's a traveller in that sense. And she's here because she feels an affinity with fire, and obviously a flame going out. She is not too interested in the people around it right now. She's primarily concerned with why this flame has gone out and views that as the utmost importance of getting it back on. So that's me.
Okay. So as Alina moves towards the rest of the party as well, there is a little bit of an awkwardness in the air right now as Silene and Nad, you realize as you kind of end your conversation that, oh, there are people, new companions potentially around you right now. As you stand outside the town hall, nobody's come to get you yet. So there is a little bit of a wondering what's going on. Is there anything you guys want to do as you stand outside the town hall, kind of awkwardly glancing in each other's direction?
Well, I'm talking to Silene, and I wanted to say like, look at that dragonborn over there. What the fuck is that thing? I've never seen a dragonborn this big before. And then like as Cat walks over, I'm just like looking on my shoulder like, fella think he is. What's he coming up to me? What's this tabaxi doing here? And then I see another one, and I see Alina walk over, and I'm like, oh, a very offensive lady walking over here, Siley. Look at this. And I was like, what do you think we should do? You want to go in? Do you think we should talk to these people? Oh, and by the way, this is not in common, so like no one else. I think no one else should understand what we're saying.
What language were you speaking?
We're speaking Elvish.
Okay. I don't think anybody else can speak Elvish, so yes, they wouldn't be able to understand you.
Yeah. So I'll just gently reply. I'll be like, "No, you gotta calm down. You're making a little scene here. I'm just kind of annoyed waiting for these guys to come out. Don't they know the concept of being on time? It's important."
As I've been saying that, Nard has already trod off. He's like just looking around at like there's like a light spot reflected by the armor that Soul's wearing on the ground, and I'm just like looking at it like fucking just like scatterbrained basically.
Yeah.
So while he's saying that, I'm just like, whoa, yeah, basically like a cat.
So for the rest of you, that's exactly what you see as the two companions who were previously engaged in conversation, they kind of break off from the conversation, and you suddenly see the tabaxi, the white tabaxi, kind of get really distracted with a light source that's on the ground. It takes you a moment, but you realize soon, Soul, that the light source is actually reflecting off your armor from all the other light sources in the city, and he's kind of distracted by the fact that there's this light circle on the ground right now. And of course, Kat and Alina, you definitely see this as well, and you're like, it's kind of weird, but okay. Is there anything you might want to do? It's okay if you don't do anything.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that, because I don't trust anyone yet, I'm just making sure that everyone is still within my eyesight, so I can just keep everyone in vision at the same time. And I'm going to slightly adjust.
Oh, Angus, good. We just lost. First death of the party, boy.
That's okay. Technical difficulty.
We just lost our paladin.
Ripped and Pepperinos. He's too big for the camera, bro.
Technical difficulties.
It was too big for the game. Wait, does he know that he cut up?
I think he might not be aware that he's cut. It's okay.
No, because he'd hear us on Discord, right?
That's
He
okay.
might have cut out on Discord.
So
that's fine.
Yeah.
Alina and Kat might want to do something while he's.
Yeah, it's okay. While waiting for our Dragonborn friend to come back, so Kat, you definitely see the other Tabaxi kind of being really into this light source that suddenly appeared on the ground, reflecting off the big Dragonborn's armor. You are Tabaxi. You kind of know how that can be distracting. if you want to do anything, you could, and Alina as well. You kind of, as you go near and you kind of stop there, just watching this party. This is a bit of a weird party, honestly. It's a weird assortment. It's a weird assortment of people. Yeah.
So I go up to Alina and I say, "Hello, love. Do you think that other cat looks like me, love? Do we
I
look
think
similar at all?"
No, the other cat's much more handsome.
I don't notice this because I'm just
That's
looking
ridiculous.
at ground stuff.
Are you rich, my love?
I don't know you.
Fair enough.
Ooh, the tension. Can we just can we just pause real quick? I would love to think out of D&D. This is how they actually met. Like when T was like going up to Rash, she's like, "I don't know you," just walks off. I would love to think that's like their love story. But sorry, let's go back into it.
Interesting thought. Probably true.
Probably true.
Do you have an affinity for shiny things, love?
And then I look over. Are you talking to me? In common, I say to the black tabaxi who is just
Yeah.
randomly standing over me.
Well, Brown, I think it was. More
Brown
Yeah.
tabaxi
Yeah.
standing
Thank
over
you,
me.
thank you.
Sorry, were you talking to me, mate?
No, you're too scattered for me, bruv. I'm talking to the lady over here.
Right. And
Sorry,
I walk back. I just keep looking at the ground.
What did you say?
Do you have an affinity for shiny things, love?
Again, I don't know you. I'm not familiar with you, but no, I don't. I'm just curious.
It's not a chat-up line. We're just talking about his armor.
I know it's not a chat-up line. I like to think you'd do better than that if it were, but like I said, no, I'm just curious.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk away.
Yes! The first walk away of the campaign.
Yeah. So you're gonna walk away. Where are you gonna go?
I'm gonna go towards Soul.
So okay.
A bit
And what do you
difficult
want?
to talk to him when he's.
No, it's okay. You could say what you want to do. We'll tell him. When you get back.
I go up to him and instead of actually talking to him, I'm quite in his face where I'm just analyzing his armor and I'm like walking around him with my hands behind my back. Pause. Trying to sort of figure out why he's so massive.
Okay. Okay.
Just like, whoa.
Okay. Yeah. What about Alina? So you just got approached by one of these new companions, and it's weird because it almost felt as though he was chatting you up for a moment, trying to pick you up for a moment. But turns out that wasn't the case. So is there anything you might want to do now? You see this cat kind of move off to talk to the massive dragonborn.
I want to keep one eye on them, but to be honest, I feel like I'm in my own world and I'm still just looking at the flame, wondering when we're going to get going, and just kind of more in my own head.
That's fair. What about you, Silene? As you see, your companion not just walk off and kind of ignore everything that you said.
So, I mean, like seeing my companion just chase after a little shiny thing in the face, I like kind of put my hand into my head, like not again. This is like so distracting. What a waste of time. And I decided, you're saying there's some stairs going up into a location where we're supposed to be waiting for someone.
There is like stairs that kind of lead into the town hall. Yes.
So I'm just gonna slowly move up the stairs, kind of going out of the range from the big paladin over there. And I'm just gonna have a little look, see if there's any doors, any open doors, see if anyone else is coming on the way to greet us, really.
Okay. Make a perception check. First roll of the campaign.
Let's go. This sets the tone.
First roll of the campaign.
I got a natural one.
Really? Really? Yeah, okay.
So, right, and that's, Alina, a natural one is he rolled 1 on
So
his
hang on,
dice.
where did you roll this? I don't see.
He's got physical
dice.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So as you walk into the town hall, trying to figure out if you can find someone who would address you guys here for the party, you don't quite take note of anything going around you, as for a moment you are a little bit, well, two reasons. You are a little bit dazzled by the fact that the interior of the town hall has many metal pipes and weird apparatus that you've never seen before, but also the fact that your companion still seems to be really distracted, not just by the light now, but just by various things on the street. Yeah.
Right.
So for a moment you just lose focus and forget why you're even there.
Hmm.
Okay.
Space out a little bit, just
Yes,
looking
you space out a
around.
little bit, exactly.
On your companion.
Yeah. And as you're trying to figure out, as you're trying to just look around and getting a bit confused for a moment, I will bring you, just so we can see this, into
First map of the game. First map of the game.
it's not really a map, but it's the actual map that
Oh, the actual map.
yeah.
Cool.
So Bronze City over here. Yep.
Oh,
And
nice.
yep. Yeah. You can press and hold on the screen to ping. So as you wait around the town hall, I will take the moment to go back to Seoul, because Seoul was disappearing for a while. So Seoul, you see, you keep everybody within your sight at all times, and you don't quite trust the white cat that is now kind of on all fours in front of you, looking at the light source. As you keep one eye on this cat, you do see his companion, the slender female wood elf, disappears into the town hall for a bit. Doesn't come out, but disappears in the town hall. Is there anything in particular that you want to do?
Yep, just keep observing the scene for now. Just play it
Okay.
cool.
Okay. Silene, as you kind of look around, a little bit confused, you do feel a small tap on your shoulder. Well, actually, not quite your shoulder. You feel a small tap on your waist, maybe.
Look around.
Yep. And you do see bit, just about half your height, maybe even shorter than that, a very old-looking dwarf woman that now kind of approaches you. And she looks at you up and down, kind of gets the idea that you're an adventurer. And she goes, "Are you here for the quest that we posted? Flame's gone out." You can see she looks really weary, tired, a little bit frustrated.
I look down at her because I'm assuming she's shorter than me, right?
Yeah, she's a dwarf, so she's definitely
And
shorter than you.
her eyes are like open wide like saucers. I look left and right. I can't see my companion. Like kind of like stunned in the moment, and I kind of like I run down the stairs because I can't have easily communicate with this person. Like
Okay.
calling out to Nan in
Okay.
Elvish.
Okay. So as you kind of see her, just give a very quick cursory glance, and you immediately start calling out for Nad. And Nad, outside, you do hear in
Like,
Elvish.
Nah, there's someone here. There's someone here.
What? What? Who? What? Who's here?
There's a little woman here.
All right. Do you need my help?
Yes, I need
Okay.
your help.
So I walk on up to the woman and I say, and I was like, yes. How? What do you need?
So as you do that, the rest of the party, so Soul, Cat, and Alina, you do see now, based off the way that they're acting, as much as you don't know what the elf called out, you do see that because the other cat immediately gets up and moves into the town hall, you get the idea, okay, maybe someone is finally here to address all of you. What do you want to do at this moment? Do you want to follow into the town hall, or is there something
Yeah.
else? Yep,
I
so
want
just gonna...
to. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I would like to approach Cat Monk and apologise for my curtness earlier. And I would like to say, would you like to join forces and follow them and see what they're up to and see if we can get in on it?
Lead the way, love.
Okay, because...
Okay, we follow.
Yep. So because Soul isn't here, I'm gonna assume that considering how he wants to watch everyone. He's gonna go in last, but keeping his eye on everybody before him, as including the people that are already in the town hall. So all 5 of you kind of mill your way into the town hall slowly. Nad, before you, you do see standing before you a white hair. Her whole head is full of white hair. Really old looking dwarf woman that has been talking to Silene. But you also do see, despite appearances, you can actually make out a rather strong muscled body below her regular noble councilwoman looking clothes, which suggests that there was a time that she was probably an explorer or like an archaeologist of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you walk in and you say and you approach her and you go, "How can I help you?" She goes, "Ah." She looks at all of you and looks behind you to everybody else that's coming in. A new party then, attempting to figure out what went wrong with our torch. Come in, come in. And she moves past this like this atrium reception area of the town hall into the bigger hall behind, and you can see the benches all lined up with a small podium on a stage at the end. And she says, "Sit down, sit down." She walks all the way to the front of the podium. And as all of you sit onto the bench, kind of glancing at each other, still a little bit awkward at this point. And of course, Soul naturally takes one of the seats all the way to the back. She stands on the podium, and and you see now she's not the only one in this room. Behind her on the stage, on seats as well, you do see one more dressed like a councilman, a human, old as well, but has a very learned, wise look towards him. He wears like half moon glasses, sitting there, arms crossed a little bit, just listening in. And the dwarf, what looks to be the dwarven councilwoman, goes, "Yes, welcome. I am Brett Nara. Nice to meet you. I hope you have, Brett Nara. I hope you have better luck than the rest of the party that came before you. So, as you might have probably heard, the reason why you're here, the flame that powers our city has gone out. We do not know why, we do not know how, but we need to investigate and to try to get the flame back on. We do know that the source of the flame has always come from underground, but there has been no real need to really check on how it works or where it comes from. It's always just been there. And so we've kind of taken it for granted, but now, in hindsight, we probably should have checked. So we had a councilman, human as well. His name is Renim. He went, Renim, Rehnim. He went to check on the potential source of where the flame comes from. His first expedition underground found him entrances to caves, a cave system, underwater, unfortunately, but cave systems underwater that he thinks is probably where the flame originates from. The problem is, when he went a second time with a second expedition down, he has not returned, and we fear the worst. And so now we are hoping that not only would you be able to find the source of why the flame went out, we are also hoping that you might find Renim, whether dead or alive, preferably and hopefully alive. And for this mission, because it is of rather utmost importance to the Bronze City, I am willing to offer a total of 2,000 gold. If no 2,000 gold for the whole lot of you, 5 of you. If you find Renim alive, I will also throw in the scroll of Revivify that we wanted to use on him. To be fair, that spell might not have worked if he died a while ago, but here's hoping that he's still alive.
How much what would you give us for him if he's dead and we bring him back? So you can.
I'll still give you the same amount. It's just that if he's still alive, I'm willing to throw in the scroll as well.
What does the scroll do?
Resurrects you from the dead, assuming you've not been dead for too long.
When did Renim leave again with the party?
Renim left about 3 days ago. The flame went out 8 days ago.
Silene's just like tugging on.
Oh.
As
Oh
you-
yeah. So everything I'm hearing, I'm just translating to Silene. Everything
yeah.
that I've heard so far. And then I'm gonna turn to Silene. What do you think? It's 2,000 gold. Should we just do it, both of us?
Immediately, the rest of you start to see the two companions that were previously talking immediately engage in hushed conversation, and you're like, okay. And Soul, of course, seated at the back so that he can see everything in the room, sees this as well, where the two of you are animately, immediately jumping straight into discussion.
And we turn around and shoot everyone. No, I'm kidding.
What do the rest of you want to do?
I look at Nad and like, hey matey, what language are you speaking over there?
Are you talking to
Voice
me?
you're going with?
What other cats am I talking to then?
Are you talking to me, mate? Or are you talking to the
You best
dragon?
believe I'm talking to you.
We're speaking Undercommon.
What's an undercommon?
It's you just asked. It's a language, and I'm telling you, it's a language, mate.
Make a deception check. Second roll of the campaign.
17.
17.
You fuck.
Cat, make an insight check. Just make an insight check.
Absolutely.
Let's see how much you get.
Roll against roll.
Roll against roll.
12.
Well,
Get fucked on.
you don't speak Undercommon yourself, so you kind of believe, yeah, okay, it's probably a language I don't know. No reason not to believe that it's Undercommon.
Yeah, it's Undercommon, mate. Why the questions? Who are you?
Just curious what you're talking about.
Oh, we're just saying how we think that this is probably a trap and you should probably avoid it. And me and Silene over here, or the elf over here, will probably just, do it with the other two.
Why do you think you don't need me?
Well, one cat's probably enough.
At this moment,
One tabaxi is probably
I
enough.
woke up to Cat and I pet him. I'm like, nice kitty. In common.
Alright. So he says that in common. Alina, at this point,
Mhm.
because I assume you walked in with Cat, you are seated right next to him. So you do
Mhm.
hear all of this. And Soul is just right behind you. Soul listens to this. He doesn't say anything, but he's seated behind you guys. He does listen and he does hear all of this. So yes, if you want to say anything, you could as well. But what you just
Okay.
witnessed, as well as Soul, what you two just witnessed, is the wood elf kind of moving forward and kind of giving the other cat a pat, kind of ruffle the hair a little bit.
So as Silene reaches across, my hand drops to my belt and I start thumbing my knife really closely because there's a movement that I wasn't quite anticipating. So my knife hand is twitching.
Right.
Do
And
I notice that?
Make a perception check.
My perception's trash though.
Then maybe you don't notice.
Nope. 5.
Okay. Yeah, you too focused on the other cat talking to you right now to notice a Soul at the back.
Always knew one tabaxi was enough, but okay.
Okay, can I approach then? I've been next to
Yeah, you've been next to
the
Cat,
whole
so you do.
time.
So you do
So
see
I
this.
can talk to Nad.
Yeah.
Okay, I can talk to you. So I come up to you and I say, realistically, we are stronger together. We all know that you're planning on going for this gold. It's a very good offer for, well, relatively low risk, but we don't know. As I said, we're stronger together. I have certain skills that I can bring to the table, but if I go, the tabaxi comes too, whether one cat's enough or not. What do you say?
Wait, so you're saying to me that we should join up?
We should band together.
Right.
And split the 2,000 fairly and equally.
What do you're assuming you could help me? What do you have to offer that I possibly couldn't do on my own?
I mean, it's slightly arrogant to assume you can do everything on your own, firstly.
Arrogant or capability, very similar things in my world.
Okay, like I said, I have skills that I can bring to the table, and I have an affinity for fire, so I feel like this task is kind of made for me, not to be too cocky.
If you have affinity for fire, just go light it up.
I don't think I can. I feel like it's lit magically, so I can produce physical flames, but I feel like we need to figure out the cause of the problem. You can't just put a band-aid on the whole problem. You have to figure out the root cause, right?
Okay. So you're saying we should do this? What, us four, me, my elven friend? By the way, I'm translating as well for Ray. For Silene, fourth wall. And this this brown tabaxi guy here. What?
I don't know.
What
There's
about
a big
Yeah.
guy behind us.
That's
who
a
can
very
do
big
everything. I
as
think
as
he'll be
they're
really
talking,
useful.
as they're talking, an armored gauntlet comes out and comes on Nat's shoulder saying 5 really
Whoa!
slowly.
Whoa!
That's the first. That's the first word you've heard him say in the last
Yeah.
3 hours.
So okay, as I feel that touch me instinctually, I like reach for my, my swords, but then I look over and it's like the Dragon Ball, and I'm just like
A huge dragonborn. Yeah.
okay, what do you want, man? and then he says 5. So what? Us 5. You guys want to band together? Is that what we're saying?
For now.
Do we have your word that you'll split the money equally, though?
I mean, we can divide it here and then. I'm not fussed on money. I don't. It's money. I just want, I want to see what this will get me in terms of recognition from this
Okay.
shithole of a town.
I wonder why you asked how much money we'd get if we brought him in dead. Then, if you're not fussed about money at all.
Because I want to know if we should bring him in at all. If he's dead, I'm leaving him. But if they're like, I'll pay you 1,000 gold, bring him in. But I wouldn't.
Fair enough.
I didn't say which part I'd bring in. I might just bring in his head or something else.
Okay.
Okay. So as the 5 of you kind of reach an agreement, a mutual agreement for the time being, it seems like the councilman, the councilwoman, Brett Nara, has kind of noticed the fact that the party is now banded together in a way, and as she notices that, she says out loud to all of you, which causes you to turn back to the stage again, and she goes, "So, I take it to mean that you are in fact accepting this offer?"
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. I hope you fare better than the ones who came before you. There is an underwater passage that Renim found connecting the cave system that he found to where we are, but you would have to swim under the sleeping lake, which is on the slight outskirts of the city, in order to get to the caves that he found. In the meantime, because you've accepted this offer, I will be able to write a writ for each of you that you can show to any of the merchants in town for a flat 20% discount on any basic adventuring gear or weapons or armor that you might need to purchase. In the meantime as well, Renim Renim's own tavern that he opened, which he named the Foundry, we have closed it for the time being because of his absence. However, you will be able to use it for a headquarters and a place to rest if you need to, at least until you finish your investigations. Um, Finally, I understand that the entrance to the caves is flooded right now. There is not everyone has the ability to breathe underwater as well. So my colleague, and she kind of signals to the older wise looking man behind her. My colleague Erdon Kev has agreed to cast water breathing on any group willing to aid us in entering the caves free of charge. Of course, when you're ready to venture into the caves, you can come back here and we will cast a spell for you, which would last about 3 hours. And hopefully that is enough for you to reach the caves via the water.
What's the name again, sir?
Erdon Kev.
Dawn.
Yep.
Okay.
And how would we get back?
The same way you came, I assume.
Through a flooded cave?
Unless there is a way, unless there's another exit in the caves that you found. But without Renim's return, we are not sure what might be in those caves. So it is a little bit unfortunate, but it is a little bit of a adventure into unknown territory right now. hence why the gold reward is higher than we would normally offer for such a quest.
Can we get an advancement on that so we can, stock up and get ready for this? We would need potions and, for personal experience, because I am a very well-recognized adventurer, we will need to probably top up some rope, and I just spill a whole bunch of, a list of things that we would need.
Okay. First of all, make a persuasion check to see if you can get her to give you that advancement.
That I can do. Give me one sec. Persuasion. No, wait, is that a 9? Yeah, for 14.
14. Okay, give me a moment. My first roll. Cool. You see, she seems a little bit hesitant, considering she did mention previous adventuring groups that entered and did not return, which kind of gives her the impression that this is a really dangerous mission. But she does give a few more glances up and down, kind of surveys this party in general, and she whispers under her breath. You can still hear it, but she whispers under her breath, "Well, you are more well armed and armored than the previous few groups who went in. Shall we say 200 gold in advance, and the rest 1,800 when you return?"
Sure, that's fine. And I've run off now.
Okay. So as she says that, she nods to Erdon, and Erdon stands up, nods to all of you, and he whispers. He says in a softer voice, "I'll be right back with your gold." Walks out the way that you came. And as you stand there, Brett Nara looks at all of you and goes, "Are there any other questions you might want to ask? I will answer them the best I can."
Describe Brenham. What does he look like?
He is one of our more accomplished wizards, more accomplished, almost scientific inventors as well. Um, Old, salt and pepper hair. His nose kind of looks like it's been broken before. Probably been broken before, to be honest. He wears glasses, half moon glasses, similar to Erdon, but if he met with danger down in the caves, I would assume that the glasses would have kind of gotten lost along the way. Last we saw him, he was wearing a white robe with like a dull yellow traveling cloak across it. So if you do find an unrecognizable corpse, but with that manner of clothing, it might be him. I of course do hope that he's still alive.
Do you know how many people? Do you know how many people he went down into the caves with?
The first expedition that he went down with, he came back alone. Didn't quite want to talk about what went wrong, but he said that he did find like the entrance to the cave, but he met with wild beasts. He did specify that he found giant beetles for one, so that might be something you want to take note of. The second group he went down, we were unable to really find a proper adventuring party, and so he gathered a few local thugs that were willing to go with him. But as you can imagine, local thugs aren't the most skilled, nor the most organized, nor the most equipped. And I shudder to think what might have happened to him and his group if they haven't returned yet. Yeah.
Okay.
When you say, sorry, I was just going to say, when you say local thugs as well, they're probably not the most trustworthy. Do you think there's any chance that Renim was attacked by them, or that Renim just doesn't want to return?
Well, Renim is a pretty accomplished wizard. If the thugs really do feel like they wanted to attack him, he would be able to defend himself. But if assuming that the thugs did in fact turn on him, Renim would then be alone in the caves, and that is not a really good sign either. So I have to assume that something happened.
Surely with something as traumatic and damaging to the city as losing your flame, surely Renan would have been able to find someone better than a few local thugs to assist him. What are we missing here?
He didn't want to wait for more adventuring parties to arrive, and he took whatever help he could get right now. Renim's always been. At this, her voice kind of lowers a little bit. Renim's always kind of been a little bit overconfident in his abilities sometimes. But as an accomplished wizard, I suppose he has the right for that. But who knows what he might have encountered down below the caves? We've never gone down there before. And as she says this, you see Dawn now return from the previous room, carrying a bag of coins. Uh, holds the coin, stands in front of the party, seems a little uncertain of who to give it to. Is just holding.
I reach for it.
I
Okay.
bound down and open my hands up as well.
Okay.
We both
So he
reach
drops.
for it.
Yeah. So he drops the pouch in Nad's hands, and you feel the weight of it. You open it, quick glance. Yeah, seems like 200 gold. He stands next to Brett Nara, now behind Brett Nara, and she goes, if you have any more questions, I'm willing to answer them. But if you wish to purchase some equipment to maybe better assist you in your journey, you could do that as well. I would suggest being a little more prepared before you come here and get the water breathing spell to head down to the caves.
So
Okay.
ask what shops are nearby. Ask what shops are nearby.
Okay. Do you have a blacksmith here and maybe a potion shop or a herbalist?
We do have an apothecary, but he's been a little bit. We've all been a little on edge for the last week or so because our flame went out. But there has also been some cases of a strange headache that has been occurring amongst the merchants and the populace now that the flame's gone out. Not sure if they're related, but the timing does seem to be a little bit suspicious. So some of our shops might be closed, but I'm pretty sure you will be able to find the general adventuring goods that you're looking for in well enough, as well as basic weapons and armor. The apothecary is still around, but you might need to wait a little bit before he has a whole bunch of stock. I don't think he has a lot of stock right now, but you can ask, of course.
Okay. Sorry. So I should just look around. Is there a general store or is there anywhere adventurers usually go?
Okay, so as you all leave, you kind of give a bow to Brett Nara, you give a bow to Erdon, promising to be back. The five of you exit the town hall, and you find yourself again in the middle of the Bronze City. Is there a particular merchant you're looking for right now as a party, or is there like just general store kind of thing?
Before that, I split the.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I just
before
split
before he
the
goes, we need to make sure there's a split.
yeah. I split the 40 gold with everyone.
Okay, so everybody has 40 gold.
Yeah, and I give Silene as well. Can I have a look at the writ that we've given? What does it say? It gives us what 20% off?
20% of a discount, yeah. So you do see that it says something along the lines of this adventuring party has been approved by the council on an important mission. They will be able to have 20% discount on regular goods purchased in the Bronze City, and it's signed by Brett Nara and Erdon at the bottom.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So looking around, do we see like a shop, a general?
Oh,
kind of shop?
it is easy enough for you to see as much as there are many shops in the area. It's easy enough for you to, as adventurers, it's easy enough for you to take note of the shops around you, and you do see that there is one that sells general goods and provisions. You do see that there's a kind of shop with like a sign hanging on the door that has a metallic looking like tree symbol on it, with the sign on top of it that says provisions and supplies. So quite obvious enough.
I wanna
We go in.
just down. I wanna go up to the windows and have a look inside.
Okay, so you kind of peep in through the windows, and indeed you do see some civilians milling about in the shop, mostly human, and the random assortment of things that you can see strewn across the shop does suggest that it's a general goods and supply store. You do see typical adventuring gear as well, such as climbing hooks, such as long poles, even certain packs that looks like they've been very neatly and tidily packed for exploring. And as you look through the window, and the rest of you walk, as Eileen looks through the window, the rest of you walk in through the shop, and you see.
We duck to get in the front door.
Yeah, you duck and get in front door because it's human height after all, and you do see the shop owner, a rather middle-aged, hair still black but slightly white around the edges, a human male, attending to other civilians at the counter as he tries to sell them certain supplies that they've been trying to buy as well. And you look around the shop, pretty much has most of the adventuring gear that adventurers might need. But of course, if you're looking for something specific, you can ask. There are stuff like blankets, bed rolls, ball bearings, caltrops, candles, torches, lanterns, stuff like that. Yeah, healers kits, stuff like that. So if there's anything that you guys might want to specifically look for, you can try to either ask or just look around the shop.
Is there a park or like a place that's quite secluded near to where they are, where there's like a park bench or like a flat surface?
Flat. If it's just a flat surface, like flat ground,
That's
easy.
secluded though, where no one will see.
It's probably you could easily duck out of the shop for a bit and go to one of the alleys nearby that has a flat ground that probably doesn't have a lot of visitors at this time of day. Yeah.
I'll stay with them in the shop.
Okay.
So I go to look for generic dungeoning equipment, so rope, bedrolls, torches, that kind of stuff, as well as rations.
Okay. So rope, there's definitely rope. Yes. Alina, want something?
I was just going to say, can I approach the shop owner and ask him if he has like a quest to the cave starter pack, something that has like a little bit of everything?
Do we have an explorer's pack here?
I think most of you have an explorer's pack, and if you have an explorer's pack, the explorer's pack would contain like rope and shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would have some things.
Can I ask him if, aside from what we're going to be purchasing in his store, if, because he's obviously felt lost in his business and lost his community that the flame's gone out, would he be willing to give us anything free of charge to aid us in our quest?
How are you going to ask that in character? What are you going to say?
Very charismatic, very confident. I'm going to have to roll
Show
for
us.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to say it.
But yeah, what are you going to say? What do you want to say? Like the words that you want to say to him.
Oh, I'm Medlov.
Okay. What I say? So I'll go up to him and I'll say, "Hello, sir. We understand that the flame's gone out. We're here to try to fix that. We obviously have fairly limited supplies, and we weren't intending to commit to this mission so soon, but we feel quite strongly about it, and I'm guessing that you do too. I understand that your business might have been hurt by this, and I'm sure that you felt a great loss to your community and want to do everything in your power to fix it, as do we. What is within your power is to perhaps offer us something free of charge alongside the things that we're going to purchase. Would that be a possibility?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, oh god. Okay. So is that the dice roll?
Yep, so do
D20.
Slash roll D20.
Slash roll D20.
D20 plus.
Your persuasion.
What's your character sheet persuasion?
I believe it's a +5 because it's a +3 charisma and a +2 proficiency, so it should be a +5.
+5.
Yep.
16.
16. Okay, now I'm gonna roll. Okay. He thinks for a moment, considers your proposition, and he goes, "Well, times are bad for the last week. It is true, but if you could fix the problem with the flames, it would help a lot. I'll say I could give you certain things. It depends on what you're looking for. What might you be looking for?"
Do you have any potions available?
Not here, unfortunately. That's probably
Okay.
in the apothecary. But if you want something else, like a medicine kit, I should be able to provide that for you.
Yeah, that'll be handy. We'll take one of those, please.
He reaches. He looks behind the shelves, behind the counter. Kind of looks a bit for a moment. Pulls down a dusty-looking medicine kit. Pushes it on the counter towards you. Works fine, just a little dusty. Kind of blows some of the dust off it. And you do see
Thank
it's
you very
basically
much.
It's basically a medicine kit that has like bandages, wounds, like antiseptic kind of stuff. So to make sure that it's not a healing potion. It won't quite heal you like to full or anything like that. But you can use it to clean up some wounds a little bit.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And you have my word that if I get the money, I'll come back and pay for this.
Yep.
Do you have any musical instruments?
I do actually. What are you looking for in particular?
What do you have?
It's a simple flutes, a little guitar here and there, small set of portable drums if that's what you prefer. There is also he kind of raises like a finger like this, and he kind of goes, the triangle thing where if you prefer that.
How much are the drums?
Portable drums? Portable drums are 2 gold.
I'm begging
Holy.
you, can we not do a quest with drums?
Oh.
The marching band.
Meanwhile, I'm just talking
It's
to my.
it's a small set of portable drums, but yeah, the kind that you can hang on the side and just like
1 gold and you got a deal, matey.
make a persuasion check, but with disadvantage because that's not really a bargaining thing. But yeah, roll with disadvantage. So for those who are unaware, if I say roll with disadvantage, you take 2d20s, you roll it twice, and you take the lower number. You take the lower result. Yeah. If it's
Okay.
advantage, you roll twice and you take the higher result.
You say it was
Yeah.
persuasion, right?
Yes, but this is with disadvantage. So you roll
Yeah.
twice, take the lower number. Oh, so that's 11 plus 1, so 12. Okay. That would be. Look, I've already given your friends a medicine kit. I still need my business. So 2 gold.
Okay.
Yep, so 2 gold for the portable drum. So Cat Monk has gotten himself a portable drum.
So I step up to the shopkeep and I try to smile, but it turns out to look more like a grimace, like a really pained grimace. And I say, "Good day, shopkeep."
There is a moment where he's a little taken aback because there's a huge dragonborn before him, but he kind of he steals himself a little bit and goes, yes, yes, yes. How can I help you?
The forgery is down, but we need explosives. Surely you have gunpowder.
Oh no.
We do, but it might cost you, especially in times like this.
I try to smile a little bit wider. Keep
But
talking.
it looks quite terrifying, to
Yeah.
be honest. Well, we can give you. Well, it's not so much a barrel. It's just more of a pouch right now because we're in quite a great need of it. So, 1 pouch of gunpowder, but that will set you back 50 gold. At least for now. Times we do need it right now. You understand?
Oh, you do have 20% off. I say.
So
Technically, but
I turn
gunpowder.
back.
I don't think gunpowder is considered as a general good in this case.
Oh, is it 20% only for general goods?
Yeah, like basic
Ah.
equipment.
I'm sure Brett Nara would be pleased to hear that you're holding us back from restoring the flame.
Intimidation. Jesus.
Make an intimidation check.
With a disadvantage as well, or
No,
just
God,
this
I
is
feel
with.
like I've really set a bad example here.
So your intimidation, because of the way you look and because of your smile that is more like a grimace or a scowl, you do that with advantage. So it's intimidation with advantage.
okay? 23.
20, 23 for intimidation. Okay. Okay. So there you do actually see before you the smaller human. There is actually a flicker of fear that goes through his eyes. Not so much because you mentioned Brett Nara, but also because you are, the way that you are. He hesitates and he goes, "No, 30 gold. I'll give you 30 gold."
And then I'll give him the 30 gold and I say, I appreciate it. Honestly, your patronage will be remembered.
He gives a small nod, almost a little bit fearful, as though unsure what you were gonna do. He very, very gently pulls like a small pouch from under the counter, hands it over to you specifically, and he goes, "I hope you know what you're doing with that."
I continue smiling and I pocket it and I turn away.
Okay, so you
How do
have
I
gun.
add that? How do I add that to my inventory though? I don't think it
You-
comes
you
up as
just-
an item. Just manually
You
add
could
it?
you could custom. There's a
Yep,
custom
yep,
item that I think
okay,
you just
yep.
add. Yep.
Will do.
DM, while they are all talking to the shopkeeper and stuff, I'm just gonna go and look at all the shelves, and if there are any candles, I'm gonna like cut the wicks off them, just so it's really annoying for people. And then like if there's rope, I'm gonna like unfraying it, so it's like all like jumbled mess. And then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make a mess basically, but
Okay,
not so obvious that he
Okay.
it's like too obvious.
Make a sleight of hand check, so he
Okay.
doesn't see you doing it.
Bro, don't let me down, guys. 13.
13.
13.
Okay,
Wait, sorry, no. Yeah, 13.
13. Okay, I'm gonna roll perception for the shopkeeper, but with disadvantage because he's distracted. Okay. So as you go from candle to candle, rope to rope, just a few, not all of them, you do glance over at the shopkeeper every now and then. He seems too concerned with the rest of your companions at the counter to really notice you.
Yeah. I don't take
Anything
anything.
else?
I just do that.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Anything
There's
else
nothing
that
I
the
want
rest
from
of you
you.
want to do? Yep.
Can I ask if we have like basic sanitation products already like in our kit? So just like soap, water, that kind of
I don't
thing.
think you have soap in the Explorer's pack, so you can buy soap if you want because
Can we buy
that
some
is.
soap, please?
You can buy soap, yeah.
Okay, how much is it?
Soap is just 2 copper pieces.
Why?
Okay. Should we
Yeah.
buy one each, please?
No.
I'm
No.
alright.
I just look at her with like a weird look, and I just start like licking myself, and I'm like, would you?
I look at my clothes and I'm like, this is not what the color was.
Okay, I buy 3 bars of soap.
Okay, so that's 6 copper pieces. You could just reduce that from D&D Beyond. Yep.
I want to go up to the counter after So does this the intimidation thing. I want to
Right.
look up, smile at the guy and be like, "Hi."
I thought you don't speak common.
Are you saying that in common, or are you saying that in common? Okay, so if you're saying that in common, he looks at you, he turns to you now, almost grateful to not look at Soul for a moment, and he goes, yes, hi. How can I help you?
And I just
He
tilt
looks
my
up
head
at
a
you,
little
actually.
bit.
Yeah.
And I go like, "Dragon's scary."
Yeah, he is, but
Name Silene. Name?
Oh, hi, my name is Gerald. How do you
Gerald.
do?
Hi, Gerald.
Hi? A little bit
Healing-
confused now. Kind of be like, did you want something?
Healing potions.
Oh, as I told your friend over there, and kind of gestures towards Alina, we don't have healing potions here, unfortunately. But if you try the apothecary, probably has a few left.
I look across the thing, not understanding half of it. I'm
Yeah.
thinking that he gave healing potions to my friend over there. So I walk over to Alina and I look up to her and go like, "Healing potions?"
I say, no have here. I'll take you and get you some.
You mime walking to another store. Go ahead.
Yeah. Kind of like talking to a kid, basically.
I love this.
Yeah. And
I'll nod and I'll hang around. I'll hang around her.
okay, so the rest of you, do you have anything else you want to
Yeah,
purchase?
so just before we leave, are we about to leave or?
No, that's up to you guys.
Do we need like water cleaner? So if we find like a river or something to clean the
Well,
water so we can drink it?
You have a water skin.
You have a
A
water skin in part of your pack. So part of
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is you have a water skin, and you can assume it's filled.
Okay.
Yeah, the water skin is full, but if you want to like purify water, that requires like a whole different sort of apparatus. So yeah.
I go up to the counter and I slap the counter and I say, Gerald, do you know anything about Renim?
Yeah, he's one of our more distinguished councilmen. I have heard the unfortunate news that he's missing. We're all pretty worried, but well, considering I know you guys might be going down to look for him, I take it. I hope you bring him back. But is there anything specific that you might want to know? Was there anything specific?
Have you ever met him?
Occasionally, from time to time, not in the store, but out on the streets, sometimes in the town hall.
Can I ask what your personal opinion is of him, based on what others have said and what you've seen yourself?
Pretty capable, but a little bit eccentric, I would say. but most inventors in Kavinos are eccentric, if you ask me,
Okay.
in
Did he
their own
ever?
way.
Did he ever talk to you about the first excursion?
Not to me. He probably talked to Brett Nara about it and other council people. They don't usually tell us commoners about these things unless it affects the whole city. I think they were trying to do investigations on their own. From what I understand, though, I did know that the expedition that he went in with the first time was a group of halfling adventurers, all of them halflings, but from what I understand, he returned alone. So,
Gerald,
yeah.
do you know if there are any places in this city, this place that are
One city.
off limits to to the public?
Well, I mean, there are of course shops that are private property, the back rooms of the shops, the houses and stuff like that. But what do you mean specifically?
Is there anywhere that only people of a certain influence or a certain rank can get into? Are there any places?
Well, it's just mostly the town hall. From what I know, they have the councilmen and the councilwomen have offices in it. But and other than their own private estates, not really.
Okay.
Well, usually we advise if when the flame of the Bronze City was up and running, we normally advise people to get out of the way as well. But clearly the flame's kind of gone out, so
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Gerald. Bye, Gerald. Now walk off.
So
Daryl,
I'm walking out the front door, but just before I get out, I turn and I just say, "You don't see a lot of us around here, do you?" And I'm talking to the shopkeep here.
no. It's usually humans, sometimes dwarves, sometimes halflings. Not Tabaxi, not kind of glances at Alina's direction. That, not Dragonborn for sure.
But
We do see elves from time to time, but those are rare too.
but you guys would remember seeing something like us, surely.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool. Then I just nod and I continue walking out the door.
okay. What are the rest? Where are the rest of you going now? Is it just the apothecary?
Nuts following Soul. Not too closely because he's too terrified of this big ass dragonborn thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I just turned to go. I'm like, what are we doing? Should we?
I'm petting Salim's
go.
head on the way to the apothecary.
You're
Let's go
petting
to the
Silene's head.
apothecary.
Isn't she like 6'8"?
I'm 6'7".
Well,
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, and then I turned to Silene as well. I was like, is there anything you want to do?
I just want to get some health potions really before we go in.
Okay, and I translate this for the I just tell the group, let's go to the apothecary as Silene wants to go there. And,
Okay.
and I guess we make our way
Yep.
there.
So as you stand outside the apothecary's shop, you immediately do see you don't see, but you smell the sense of the weird herbs, very earthy smell, very sharp acrid smell sometimes. For Silene, this smell isn't very different from things that she's used to out in the wilderness. But for the rest of you who have not been in the wilderness for as long, you do smell the strong sense for a moment, and for a moment you're a little bit overpowered. And as you walk in, you do see the entirety of the store, the shelves, and they're all stuffed full with herbs, stuffed full with plants, almost covering the walls itself that you can't really see. And behind the counter, slightly younger looking dwarf behind the counter, and you do see maybe about in human years, maybe about 20-ish, 30-ish of age, with big goggles, almost like flight goggles around his eyes. As you walk in, he looks at you. Patrons, didn't expect that. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
What
we go up,
what
go up to
what can I do for you?
I go up to the counter again and I look at the dwarf and I do the same thing. I'm just like, name?
Elma.
Hi, Elma.
Hi.
Healing potions?
Yes, the last of my stock, actually. He pulls out a small box from underneath the counter, and as he raises it, you do see two glass vials with red liquid.
How
How
much are
much?
they, Alma?
Well, they go for 50 gold each, so that's 100 gold for both.
Yeah.
I say to Silene
Again.
in Elvish.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Elma speaks Elvish, but I would say. Firstly, wait. Actually, DM would this be considered general? Like, would this come under that 20%?
Potions of healing would be considered
Okay,
general, which
so I
means
say to
it's, yeah.
I say to Silene, I was like, if you don't want to pay that much and you want more than 20% off, I might be able to do something about that. Should I try?
You have a quite a silver tongue that I know of. Give it a go.
I probably couldn't talk her down, but I can try something else with the writ itself.
I was a bit confused. Okay.
Okay, what I'm saying is, and
I
then
laugh.
I come,
You think
I was
Elvish the whole
I was
time.
like, come with me, and we step like towards the door frame so that we're out of Alma's earshot, and I say, I can like copy this and make it so it's 30% or 40%. Do you think we should try it?
I mean,
Oh, you mean like forge it?
if you want to give it a go, yeah, give it a go. We can have to go somewhere else, outside of the shop first, though.
Will you ruin the original if you try to change it?
I can just copy it over and make 2 copies, one with
Okay.
40% off.
Sorry, give me a moment. Give me a moment. I have a little bit of a technical error.
That's fine.
Sorry, give me a moment.
I'm trying to figure.
Technical error. Elma knows every language.
Language is
Not
known.
dies. TPK.
I didn't expect a rat that is fucking none.
But I can talk. I can talk to. I'm thinking about where. I'll just be like, oh, do you have the paper and stuff to go along with this? Like, gonna need a few things to make it.
I have a forgery kit from my adventures in the past, so I could do this. I don't know how long it would take me, but I could whip up a copy.
Have you
Give
done
it
it
a
before?
shot.
You don't
I don't
hear
know,
this.
but
I don't think you're not in this
Oh wait,
conversation.
yeah.
You don't hear this.
It's like
This is
there's other
Elvish.
cats here.
Yeah, I look at the kid. I was like, who's he talking to?
I'm like, Kitty,
People,
Kitty.
people.
He's just ping ponging on his drum in the corner. He's like in his own world.
I go up. I'm like, oh, like I honestly don't mind just Dego. Dego, money is money. Money comes and goes. I mean, but if you want to give it a go, go
It's not
for it.
about the money, Silene. It's about the trickery. If we pull it off, we become legends. I whisper.
I give a little chuckle and go like, oh, maybe I should get one first, just in case he decides to kick us out, and then we hold guards around him before we even go into our first mission.
Well,
Sorry,
while
hang on,
they're doing that, I'm just scanning the shelves. Does he have anything else that's not these 2 health potions?
No. No way.
A barren shop, and we're just like,
No, so there's
Oh,
only
howdy,
2 things. And you're making him feel bad about this by asking him that. You die.
There's 2 vials with red liquid in this entire fucking shop.
They have a lot of herbs.
yeah, what are all these herbs?
I go to Silene. I'm like, you druid? Tell me what?
I look up to with the cat. I'm like, oh, it's another kitty. Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a druid.
Well, anyway, so while Max is doing that, I guess we can just roleplay back.
Okay. Wait. I'm okay. There was just some
okay.
errors. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm talking with Cat right now.
So he's talking
Sorry,
to
bro.
Cat. I'm gonna.
I think, doesn't he want to try buying it first and then try your forgery?
I don't care. I've already zipped out of the shop, and I'm
Oh,
like trying to find like a quiet alley where there's like just like a flat ground or anything that I
Okay,
can
so
use.
did you guys buy the potions of healing?
Not
Not-
yet.
No, I think Silene is currently talking to a thing, but I've already zipped out and then
I'm
tried to.
holding a herb to Silene, asking what is it.
Do I know
Okay.
what it is? I didn't know he grabbed.
A green thing.
Maybe
The
a
herb,
medicine check.
you just grab a
Or
random herb.
It's a herb. A herb. I try to copy his accent. Herb.
Okay. Are you trying to identify this that cat
Yeah, I
just
do.
passed you?
I should try to identify it.
Sure, you can identify it. Make a nature check.
Nature check.
Yep.
Perfect. Oh. Let me have a look here. 5.
5.
Worst
You-
druid ever.
You swear that maybe you've seen such a plant before, but you have no clue. You don't know what it's called, and you're just like, just looks like a plant.
This the
Poison
time.
ivy.
No, this is the type of druid who buys weed and gets so oregano instead.
Just be like, just looks like a plant.
Yeah, plant.
Oh man, that's funny.
Green.
That's fucking funny.
While they're doing this, is there anything else in the shop? Like I was asking before, is it just these 2 red potions, or is there anything that's noticeable or that looks like we could use?
He does seem to have certain other glass vials of non-red liquid behind him, but there are not many. There's like 2 that's left, and you're just looking at it like, oh, hmm. Maybe you could ask about them, but you're not sure exactly what the potions are in this case. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gesture to them, like obviously asking the shopkeep, "What about those?"
That one, and he points to the vial that's at the very top, and you see that that vial has brown, silver, and gray layers. Like the liquid is brown, silver, and gray, and they are clearly separated into 3 different layers. And he goes, "I want a potion of climbing. So, if you drink this potion, you can climb a lot quicker and a lot better." And
And
that
the other?
one, he points to the one that's lower. He goes, that one is, and you see it's a cloudy green liquid, and it has like a bubble in the middle of it that floats in the water. And he goes, that one's a potion of water breathing,
Okay.
specially commissioned by Renim. Unfortunately, he's not back. So
It just so happens we're going to go see Renum. We could take it to him for you.
uh,
Fucking robbing the town.
when you say see Renim, did you mean it in the way of lying to him that you're meeting him, or finding, or telling him that you're going to go find him?
I mean, I assume that everyone in the town knows that Renum's missing because it
Yeah,
seems to be
yeah,
a
yeah.
small town. So we're
Yeah.
saying that look, we're going to go and get him. We'll deliver this for you.
Okay, make a persuasion check in this case.
12.
12. Okay, hang on. My turn to make a roll. Okay. He goes, uh, sure, I can pass it to you. He takes the bottle down and he hands it to you. He goes, Random's already paid for it, so.
Okay, I pocket that in my potion belt.
So you have a potion of water breathing. So the effect of that is you can breathe underwater for 1 hour after drinking this potion. So just take note of that.
Yep, I
Yep.
will do that. Cool.
How much
What
was
about
that climbing one though? I think that'd be useful if we're in a cave, if we're underground and we need to.
the potion of climbing one?
Mhm.
Yeah. So he takes down the potion, puts it on the counter, and he goes, that one goes for 25 gold.
Okay. Just while we're thinking about that, can I ask if you have any potions that are either explosives or would provide a distraction for an escape?
Not so much of a potion, but he reaches under his counter and pulls out 2 same glass vials, but the liquid in them is a fiery orangey and almost looks like the liquid itself is burning, is actually burning, like almost like oil. And he goes, alchemist fire.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
That one goes for 50 gold each,
minus 20%.
minus 20%.
Oh, you bought those 6 copper worth of soap. You can't afford it now.
I'm just thinking. I don't know if I can say this or not.
That's okay.
Sorry, what? So just quickly, while they're doing that, while they're all having this conversation, the minute since I silently asked about the thing and we had our conversation, can not have headed out and found like an alley, basically,
Yep,
like
yep.
the back of the shop, and tried to forge those papers.
And what are you gonna forge
So
them
I want
into?
to forge the exact same writ, but instead of 20% off, I wanted to say like 30% off. I don't want to
30.
push it too far. Yeah.
Okay. Make a. This would be a sleight of hand check to try to
Sleight of hand?
forge. Yeah, to try to forge the.
I'm proficient in forgery kit. Does that change anything? No.
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
Yes.
I will allow you to add another proficiency to that, so that would be a +4 instead of +2. So you have
my
a
my
d20.
sleight of hand is okay. My sleight of hand is
So
+8 right now.
yeah, so it's basically plus your
So
sleight of hand plus
yeah.
2. Whatever your sleight of hand bonus is
Okay.
+2.
Okay. That's a 29.
29.
Yeah.
How much did you roll?
Well, I rolled a 19, and then my
Oh,
sleight of
okay.
hand is +8.
It's
Yeah.
okay, it's a +10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Okay.
I got like 50% or something.
So you do a really good job of making the writ as proper and as resembling the old one as possible, right down to the signature, to the small dots in the name and everything. You just get it really smacked down, and you're like, okay, this looks amazing.
Cool, and
You
I
look at the two writs.
like wrap it up in my pocket, and then I run back into the shop and go, Silene, have you bought it yet, Silene? Have you bought it?
I'm still outside talking to Cat.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm looking at Cat going like, what's going on?
Okay,
Nice
and then
kitty.
I go, I have the thing, and I like beckon her inside the shop.
So you move
where
back inside the shop.
Alina's just talking to you.
Yeah. You move back inside the shop, and you see now there are more things on the counter. There's one additional potion on the counter that looks like a 3 layers of liquid, and 2 the alchemist flasks, alchemist fires on the counter as well. And he says, well, if you want, he's just talking to Alina now, and he goes, well, if you want all of these, that will be 125 gold, 50 each for the alchemist fire, 25 for the potion of climbing.
Okay,
My brain doesn't do math that quick.
personally, I think that we only need the climbing because I have certain fire throwing abilities that I'm assuming the potions would just duplicate. But I asked the group if anyone feels differently or if they want to buy them for themselves.
I'm alright.
I think climbing is a good idea. If you want to get the climbing.
Have you seen these
Yeah.
claws? I don't need this
I
potion.
Just going to. Do you see this bad boys, love?
And I like pick my teeth with it, like in a real arrogant way. And I go.
I mean, if you two want to take charge of all the climbing, then that's okay.
I think we should buy some climbing stuff.
Good. Well, there are 2 options. You could buy the potion of climbing itself, or you could go back to the provision shop previously. They do sell climbers kits as well. But obviously with climbing kits, it's an actual thing that you still have to climb. So it's not as effective as a magical potion, for example. So you can consider which one of those you want to get.
We might want to get the kit because we can use it more than once,
True.
right?
That's what you.
Yeah, but that one was of course there'll be a manual climb. Yep.
You'll call. While Alina is talking, I like I walk to the counter and I'm like, oh, by the way, we have this writ that says we got 30% off, and I like side glance to Alina so she doesn't fuck this up, and I'm like, would this count here as well? Do we get 30% off these items?
He takes the writ from you. He unfolds it. He looks at it with a trained eye, and you wait for a moment with bated breath. He calls his back, come back to you. Yeah, 30% off.
All right, and then I look again to Alina. And
That
I'm like,
would mean
looks
that
like
would
it's
mean
30%
that
off.
if you get everything here on the counter right now, it would be 85 gold and 5 silver pieces. 87 gold and 5 silver pieces.
I don't think we need the
I don't do
alchemist
math.
fire.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
if you
think we
don't need the alchemist fire and you just want the
We
potion,
would like the healing potions though, both of them.
so that's still 125 gold. So it still costs the same thing.
Oh,
Because they're both 50 gold.
Okay,
The
so
alchemist fire
what
and the
was it?
potion
It's 87.5.
87.5. So 87
Yeah,
gold and
gold
5
and
silver
5
pieces.
silver.
Yeah.
How much was the climbing potion again?
it was
25.
25 before discount.
Yeah, before discount.
I shout to Silene. I'll be like, Silene, they're 35 gold each now for the healing potions. Do you want me to get one?
Yes, get me one.
Alright, I'll just buy one.
So you one or two? Because
I buy one for Silene, and then well, I only have enough for one anyway, so I buy one.
Okay, so you
I
buy one.
Silene, I don't have money for two.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay,
so you
I
get
buy
one.
the other one. Can I
Okay,
buy
so
the other one?
you have two then. You have two then. Okay.
Yep.
So that would be 35 each, I believe. That would be 70 total. So basically, Nad reduced 35 gold, and Alina reduced 35 gold. Yep.
And I give the potion to.
Yep. And if you want the climbing, then the climbing would be additional cost as well. That one would be 17 gold and 5 silver.
I feel like I want to
Nah.
buy it just to
Oh,
see
okay.
Soul climb stuff.
It's up to you, bro.
I do have some climbing equipment in my.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. So that's up to you. If you don't have to buy it, then just don't buy it. It's fine.
Can I
I mean,
run back to the other
it'll
store
be-
quickly and go get the climbing kit?
Okay, the climbing kit would be 15 gold 15. So
I don't think you have enough, love.
Do I not?
unless you want
Do you want to
to
pay for me?
unless you want to either get someone to pay for you or you could try to bargain the price down again. But
Cat
that's up
monk.
to you.
Oh,
No,
hang
wait,
on.
no,
Can
but
I try to bargain the
15?
price down?
No, but it's 15 minus 30%, which is what?
10.
That depends.
Or
on things.
50, that's 30, 35.
No, isn't it 15 gold? Was that how much?
15,
is it?
15.
Yeah, 1
There'll be
5.
there'll be
Yeah.
minus.
About 10, 10.5.
So like 10.5 ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know if you. I don't know if you still.
I should have made it a nicer number, right? 30% is so hard to do.
no, well, it's 10. It's basically 10 gold, 5 silver now. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you've
Can
still got
I-
10 gold, 5 silver.
I'll pay for you.
Hang on. Can I try the same thing I tried in the last place?
which
But
was
that's what you did. That's
No,
the
but-
first. You're going back
but
to that store.
you're
asking
going
for
back to the
stuff.
same place. Yeah.
Oh shit!
You're going back to Gerald. It's the same place. It's the same person.
Oh wait, have we left
Yeah,
the
no.
potion shop already? Oh, okay.
Okay, I can't do it.
No,
twice,
Alina
ignore
wants
you.
to. Alina wants to try to buy the climbing kit, but I think now she doesn't
Oh,
want to.
right.
So,
So we're
we
still
are.
technically in
So
the
we're
apothecary, right?
still at the apothecary. Yeah.
Well, I head over to Sally. I'm like, here you go. I got this. The potion. So
Thank
add them to your inventory.
you.
And then while Alina and Oda are still talking stuff, I want to go and look at the herbs and like tie them all together. Tie the stems of them together.
Make a sleight of hand check. Again.
just to fuck with you.
This is just a regular potion of healing. I think.
Ooh.
I look
Yeah.
over at Nod and I'm just like this fucking idiot.
For
You've gone fully dark. See.
Oh, that's
14 max DM.
Okay, yeah. So again, too distracted by your companions, so you just go about tying
Not a hand
the
too
stems.
good.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've like tied them all together basically. Now the
Yeah.
long herbs into like.
So what else do you guys? So okay, you got 2 potions of healing.
Mhm.
There is still the potion of climbing. I'm not sure if you guys want to get that. Otherwise,
Nah.
you're pretty much done. You're pretty much done with the apothecary. That's the case. And if you feel like you've pretty much bought everything you want to buy now, you are able to head over to the councilman again.
You want to
And
get that climbing kit?
yeah, or you could go get the climbing.
Nah, I'm okay. I
No?
don't want someone else to pay for me.
We can
Okay.
climb.
Alright.
Look, we don't need a climbing kit. I am a climbing kit.
Alright.
Toss the rope down to you, and then we'll be fine.
Okay.
And
Yep.
that's why I say to Alina,
I reckon-
very arrogantly, like can't even climb, kind of thing. And then I walk off.
On our way back.
Okay. So you're heading back to the town hall then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So as you head back to the town hall, you see now that Brett Nara doesn't seem to be there anymore, but you do still see the Erdon, who is in the main hall of the town hall, and he is seated, seemingly going through some documents, reading, and as you step near it, it seems like they're missives, just messages that perhaps came from across Kavinos. And the moment you walk back in, he looks up from all the missives and he says, "Oh, are you ready for the water breathing now?"
Kind of look at the missives.
You want to try and glance?
I'm just gonna be like,
You try and glance at it.
not subtly, just like looking, literally like, and his face is like
So as-
curious, but not like, how do I say, not aggressively or anything.
Okay, but as you just immediately lean forward, you see Erdon pushes it to the back.
Yeah, I thought not. Throw him to the back.
And he just goes, "Yes," pretending that he kind of not harping on the fact that you just tried to do that, and then he goes, Yes, so water breathing. Are we ready?
Yep, I think
Well,
we're
let's
ready.
do it, not Rex.
Let's do it.
And he goes, to remind you, after you get this spell cast on you, you have 3 hours to get to the caves below us. The lake where it's leading to the caves is on the outskirts of the city. It doesn't take you long to get there,
How
but
long?
you can
How
like
long's
walking
not
out of the
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes. It's fine.
Can you just come with us and cast right before we go in? Come
Well,
on, Erdon.
well.
We've been pals, Erdon. I mean, I could tell
Fine.
everyone what I just read. All the
Fine.
saucy letters.
Fine.
Thank you, Erdon.
He follows all of you out to the outskirts of the city, and you do see now, outside of the mountains that are in the distance, you do see the lake more or less shimmering in the sunlight right outside it. And he goes, well, now is as good a time as any if you're ready.
Yep.
I literally stand like that. I'm like, and just look.
So you see, he starts muttering under his breath, and as he starts muttering, you feel the incantation take shape in his hands. You see the energy start to pulse in his hands, and a wave of blue light washes over all of you. And you, for a moment, you feel that calmness, and you also start to feel a little bit odd, as though the air that you're breathing now is thicker than usual. And he looks at all of you and he goes, "Remember, 3 hours into the lake. The caves are in there. I don't know exactly where, but it is a safe bet, according to what Random said, that you just keep heading down until you see the cave openings, or tunnels, at least."
Let's go.
I look at the group and I'm like,
I've already started walking into the lake.
wait, big man. I'm scared of water, love.
I don't like water. I
I'm
should
a
have
bit
said this
scared of the
earlier.
water.
I don't like water.
Both cats don't like water.
I'm not even looking back. I'm already like halfway waded
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, you see
I
Soul,
behind him.
and it's amazing that Soul does this because Soul is the heaviest one with all the armor and the shield, but he just walks right in.
I run after Saul and I latch onto him like a piggy bank.
How do you react to that, Soul?
I don't even care. I'm just walking. I'm so single-minded and determined to say,
Okay.
let's just do this.
I like glancing around as all my companions are like walking into the water, or rather Soul has walked to water, and the only other cat I see has walked to water, and I see what he does, and I do the same thing. I jump on the other side of so I'm like, let's go, and I'm literally shaking. I'm like, nah, I don't like this.
Soul just finds that you get a lot heavier because you have two things on your back.
I'm just thinking this is like my stuff is just getting waterlogged, so I just feel that it's out of my weight. I haven't quite realized. I'm assuming they're stealthily doing this, and I'm just walking thinking, this is pretty heavy, but it's still single-minded just walking.
Okay.
Don't even bat an eyelid.
Okay, Silene, I assume you just walk right in.
Yeah, I just walk right in.
Okay, Alina, what about you? Not because take note, you are a fire genasi, so.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, I think I'm quite like cocksure about it, and I walk to it, but then I realise, is this going to damage me in some way? Am I going to be slower than everyone else? Am I going to be weakened? Because
I'm up to chest
fire,
height
right?
now at this stage.
Yeah. At this point, Soul has more or less disappeared into the water, and you see Catmonk on the back.
Yeah.
He's starting to disappear too, and you see Nad at the back, but screaming his head out.
You just hear me screaming
Like,
no!
Yeah.
Keeps me going.
And as Alina, as you walk into the water, you start to see steam rise from the water, but you seem fine. You're fine, but the
Okay.
steam starts to rise from the water from the heat of your natural heat of your body.
Do you know what? I have nothing, like, I have to do it, so I'm just going to go in.
Okay, yes. So as you all walk in, Alina leading the rear, Soul leading the front. Before we make our way into the caves, we can take a short break. 15-minute break. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes, and then we will resume the cave exploration from there.
Do you guys actually need? I mean, we can take 15. I'm ready.
Well, okay. I
Do
just
you
need a
want
quick
15
toilet
max?
break.
Yeah.
Need to get some water.
It
Yeah.
could be like
I need a wee.
I'm gonna
5 minutes?
I forgot to. Yeah, 5, 10, whatever. I just don't need 15. I'll just be sitting here anyway. Is what I'm saying.
My camera keeps going dark.
I don't know how to kill. How do I put this on quiet, silent? How?
right back screen or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are good.
Okay, so right back into it. As Soul leads the pack and disappears into the water, just walking straight into the water, with two cats clinging onto his back, and Silene following shortly after, and then you have Alina taking the rear, the water vaporizing and evaporating as she goes, steam rising into the air. Pretty
Like,
cool.
so cool.
Does
Yeah.
anyone notice this?
I'm not even
No,
looking
because
back.
the rest of them,
I'm
the rest
just
of them are in
screaming.
front of
I'm
you.
screaming. I'm
The
like,
rest
oh
of them
my
in front of you. Yeah, so they don't notice. Yeah, because you're taking the rear, and as you enter the water and all of you feel the water rise and cover your entire body, you can in fact breathe in this water. It is a very weird feeling, but you can in fact breathe underwater. And for a moment, you start to tread water, just trying to figure out where to go. Silene, actually no, Silene and Alina, both of you, as you're kind of treading water and figuring out where to go, you see Soul kind of walks, swims into the water, but he is sinking fast. He is sinking pretty damn fast. And for a moment, you're like, oh shit. What are you
Like
gonna
an
do?
anchor.
Yeah,
Do-
he's like
do
an
I-
anchor. He's slowly just.
Do we see the bottom or anything? Is it like very
No,
deep?
it's just murky water right now.
As
And
I think Soul
Soul
is
is
gonna notice
disappearing
this.
from view. Yeah, Soul is disappearing
Basically,
from view.
as Soul is sinking, Nut is going to like try and get to the highest point at every point in time. So like he starts like climbing on the shoulders and being like, just like sticking his head out, just reluctant to go in. But
We're like punching
obviously,
each other on Soul. We're like pushing.
Yeah, like
each other. It's
pushing
we're like, get the fuck away.
Yeah. So Soul, you definitely
Full
notice this
slide.
now, and you realize, hey, wait, it's not my gear. It's not actually my gear. It's the two fucking cats.
Yeah, so I grab one and I'm like bringing it in front of me, just giving it a like, are you serious look? And then if they do the comical shrug, I just let go and let them fly up as I continue to drop down.
Yeah.
Who-
So I would say,
Juggernaut.
hey, hang on.
Juggernaut.
Hang on.
No,
I would. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I would
yeeting
say
them
the
across
one.
pond.
I would say that the one that you pulled out from behind your back is Nad. So Nad is like right in front of you right now.
Yeah.
And
Or Cat is still clinging onto your back.
as he holds me out, I just look at him, and then I just put my head higher, like, because he's holding me up even higher. I'm like, thank you, and I just stick my head even higher, and that's all I do.
Okay. Are you gonna let him go or?
I shrug and I just let him go.
Okay.
No!
As you let him go, he lets out a yell, but he can't yell underwater, so a huge bubble just appears and pops out. And he just starts floating upwards. And you start to see now, as you continue to go down with Cat hanging on behind you, you see Silene and Alina, you see Nat float upwards, almost going all the way to the top.
I look back at Alina. I just like give a little shrug and I giggle and I just could swim down after.
Can I like grab him by the ankles and just
By
like
the
Grab him by
tail.
pull him
I
back
guess.
a bit?
Yeah, grab him by the tail, grab him by the tail.
Grab by
Like
the
a
tail.
helium
Grab him by
balloon.
the tail and just bring him back
Wait.
down a bit.
I'm
Tell him
gonna-
to get a grip.
As Alina does that, it's like one of those scenes in movies where someone's trying to like drown another person. I'm just like, like that, like going down. And so for anyone who sees me, they think I'm just like being like drowned by someone else.
Okay.
But that's basically how it ends.
So
up.
it's pretty comical because above the water, just as the councilman is leaving the water's edge, you see he turns around and he sees the cat just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. The head just bobbing and disappear entirely for a moment, and he's like, "Wait, what? What? Yep.
If you have a potion of water breathing, can you breathe outside of water, or is he like drowning in
No,
the
you
air
can,
now?
you can breathe.
No.
So
can't breathe without-
you for the moment you realize that as you get used to the fact that you can now kind of walk in the water and breathe in the water, it takes not a long time, but he finally calms down and still really afraid, but finally calms down, makes your way all the way down into the trying to find the entrance to the tunnels. Because Soul and Cat are in the lead, I want Soul and Cat to make a perception check to see if you can try and look out for the entrance to these caves.
Oh, thank God I was in his lead. I am not good at that.
I'm not gonna look.
I am not good at possession.
7.
7, okay.
Neither is Soul.
Natural
Neither
one.
is Cat.
Natural one.
So I got
So-
3.
So
We
for a moment,
drown.
Soul kind of just rummages, like reaches his hand out, attempting to feel solid wall, doesn't feel anything, and you see from across your shoulder, cat paws do the same thing, and both of you are kind of feeling in the same direction, to no avail. You just don't find anything, and for a moment, you're like, ah, shit, did we get lost? And as you look around, you do see a very familiar, slim figure swimming in your direction, which is Eileen. Eileen, can you make a perception check this time?
Well, I get to save the party.
We could notice
That
drown here together.
is 22.
22. So, very confidently, you swim past Soul and Cat, and you feel, and as you look through the murky water, you just start to feel in the distance that there seems to be like solid rock wall in front of you. And as you swim closer, you notice, oh yeah, there seems to be two tunnels, one left and one right. Which direction would you want to swim through? You could also tell the people behind. Tell in the sense of signal to them because you can't speak.
I try to signal them, like I wave them over, like try to get their attention. I just wave them over.
Okay.
towards
So yeah,
them.
they
totally
see
like
you.
wading my way across to where
Yep.
Eileen is.
Yep. And you see Alina still pulling Ned by the tail, move right and catch up to the rest of the party. Sees like Silene off into the distance, just waving. And as you move there are two paths, one left and one right tunnel. Where do you guys want to exit from? Or rather
Go
enter.
left.
Left?
Left.
Okay.
Go left.
Okay,
Yeah.
left it is. I'm going to bring you guys
At
to
this
the
stage, I've kind of
actual
noticed
map.
that when those hands came from behind my back, I've kind of
Yeah,
pulled
yeah,
that one off as well. So I've just done the same thing. Just dropped them on the seabed.
So it takes a little bit of sputtering and a little bit of a drink, like gulping in water, but you eventually find yourself surfacing from the water onto what looks to be a beach, small like beach, underground beach. Nad, Kat, Alina, and Silene. You have dark vision. You can see in the dark because this place is otherwise completely blank. The moment Soul climbs out from the water, however, you notice, oh shit, I can't see a damn thing.
We can't see even though we have dark vision.
No,
No,
you
we
guys
can
can see because you have dark
Okay.
vision.
Okay, you're right.
But Soul can't see shit.
Does Soul have a torch?
So
You could try to light something.
I
So, question before we begin: can you guys see where your tokens are on the map?
yes.
Okay. Soul can't, I know, because Soul is in darkness. So that's
I
not
just
the
have a
question.
black screen.
Yeah. So the question is, how is Soul gonna see? Like, what are we gonna do to help him see so that he can finally
Well,
see the map? 'Cause
I
otherwise
don't
he's
know
gonna
that
have
he. I don't know that he can see.
Yeah,
So
none of us- none of you know.
Like, I don't even know about his.
Wait, my
Uh,
map's completely black.
Let me check.
Is it meant to be? Okay.
Nah, hang on.
No,
can you see
wait.
the first bit though?
No.
All I
I
can
have
see is
to.
like my icon and black.
Yeah, I have
okay.
to check to make sure that your race has, because I believe you
Yeah.
might.
She definitely
Dark vision.
does.
Yeah, no, dark vision, 60
My
feet. Yeah,
gal.
okay. So you should let there be light. There we go.
Can you see right,
I'm just loading it.
Alina?
Yeah.
Yeah, let there be
Yeah.
light. Okay. So Soul,
Yes, I
how are
can.
you going to make yourself see? Because you cannot see right now.
My first reaction is to draw my sword.
Okay. And all of you in the darkness, you see Soul just pulls out his sword.
Yeah.
What's he
so
doing, matey?
I pull out my
What are you
sword
up to?
and I challenge the thing. I just challenge like, show yourself.
Hearing that, I just produce flame, and
Okay,
make
but-
a small light.
Okay, but that's a flame around you. It's not a flame around Soul. So unless you keep moving near Soul, unless you're near Soul, he can't see anything.
Lights
move-
all on
Okay.
I'll
fire.
move close to him.
Hang on, we're on a beach, right? So
You're on a
maybe
beach.
there's
Well,
some
Soul
like
doesn't know that.
wooden.
As far as I can tell,
Soul doesn't know.
Are there any like wooden bits of
I
like you know how on
sigh.
beaches wooden bits run up on the tide, that kind of thing?
No, this is not an actual. This is not like a beach from on outside. This is an underground beach. so
Okay,
it's
there's
like-
nothing we could potentially light on.
Doesn't
Well,
look like there's anything.
I noticed all this, and then I go to Saul. I was like, "Can you not see in the dark?"
No,
But I literally
you can't
asked
do that. He's gonna cut you up.
No, I just say I was like, "Can you not see in the dark, mate?"
no.
Yes.
So I turn and say, no, I cannot see in the dark.
Okay, and then I look at Silene, who's clearly holding a fire in her hand, and I pull out my lantern, my hooded lantern, fill it up with oil, which should burn because it's oil, and then I'm
It is
like this.
the hooded lantern is protected from being wet. It is a little bit damp, but you still
Okay.
manage to light light it up and you pass
Mhm.
it to Soul.
And I give it to
Can you tell me how much the lantern emits light? How far the light is?
30-foot radius.
30-foot
And
radius. Okay.
So bright light 30-foot radius, dim light 30 feet.
Okay, I'm going
Additional
to
30
give
feet.
that to Soul. So now Soul, you should be able to see.
Yep,
Yeah.
I can
After
see some
yep.
stuff. So
Yep.
I look at I look at I don't even know what guy's character.
Nod.
And I
yeah.
nod like a nod of thanks.
Okay.
I
Take
smirk
note.
at him.
Do take note. The whole party. Do take note. If you want to stealth, not that Soul will, but if you want to stealth, Soul has a light source, so it's very obvious that there's a light source. For the rest of you can see in the dark, but there is a light source, so you have to be aware that if you want to stealth, you need to turn off the light source first. As a hooded lantern, you can kind of cover it, but it will still be a little bit of light. So yeah.
That's alright. You can stay around the back.
Yeah.
But I will
So-
eliminate
Can't get
all
the
of
back.
us.
So yes, as you arrive at this underwater beach, you start to see now. Just kind of look around you, and you do notice very quiet, and the water now on your side is just lapping very gently on the shores. You can still breathe water, but there's no reason to go back right now. Yep. And you can see the dampness kind of hangs in the air of this cave, and there's the stone walls are slick, almost oily like. Yep. And you can see that there is a little bit of a ledge that you need to climb up from here at the bottom. You can decide where
Of
to
course
go.
there is.
Yeah,
So
no, you can
I take a look around and see if there's any evidence of other groups arriving before we
Any
have.
footprints or anything.
make a
I'll look
perception
around
check.
too.
Make a perception check. Okay, Silene, make a perception check. Yeah.
Yep.
When you
Okay.
look,
So now that we're actually exploring, there's another thing that I want to add. If party members want to do the same check, for a party of 5, I only allow 2 people to do the same check at the same time.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now we already have 2, so it's 2 people.
Oh, okay. So
So
I
Got,
am
like,
still
5
rolling.
people doing the same check. Yeah.
Silene and Soul will make the perception check.
8.
Is it?
perception.
Yep.
17 plus 6.
Okay.
23, nice.
What about Soul?
8.
8. So you look around and you're like, well, it's just sand. It's just
So
a
I'm
lot
just-
of sand.
I'm like, I hate sand. It's dry and it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I was waiting for that. Yeah, and Silene, however, you do look and you're like, well, yeah, sure, there's a lot of sand, but you do see certain footprints, a whole set of footprints that seem to have been headed to the ledge here, and it does seem like there were maybe 5 or 6 people. But at this time, considering you figure it might have been a few days, the sand has kind of covered some of the tracks. But your keen eye manages to see, like, okay, no, there are a few tracks that are still visible.
Are they like halfling size footprints or?
Some of the footprints, most of the footprints actually, are smaller size feet, with one that looks like a human size, close to like the size of your own foot. So you figure, okay, this looks like it's the same.
Probably the
Yep.
first
Are they
ones
heading
in
towards the
range.
ledge?
They're heading towards the ledge, yeah.
Can I hang back? And I beckon Cat Monk to hang back as well. And I'm like, and I go up to him and I'm like, did the fucking dragon drop you as well?
Is it just me, lads? Do you get a bit sleepy when you hear the water?
Having 2
No.
different conversations.
I asked, did he drop you?
Do you get a bit sleepy when you hear the waves against the shore?
No. Also, that fire bitch just pulled me under the water. What the fuck is going on here? Everyone's out to kill us, mate. Everyone.
I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I was hanging on for dear life, and the dragon guy dropped me. That dragon guy, we can't trust him. We can't trust the fire person. It's just us 3, mate. It's just us 3. And that elf. The elf is cool.
You know
Could
what I
we
think
have
we
heard
do?
this?
Considering none of you have really moved from your steps.
Well, we hang back because you said they were the ledge, right? So I'm assuming.
No, we haven't got to the ledge yet.
No,
you haven't.
nobody has
Surely
moved
I know
yet.
something's going on here. Surely
Yeah,
I know something.
so in his haste, in Nat's haste to complain, he doesn't realize that all of you can hear him, and so you all hear him.
You know what I think we should do?
What?
Should we blow out his torch?
His lantern.
Okay. We're whispering this, by the way, because we noticed Fire Lady's looking at us, glowering,
Big little shite.
which is quite a pun, I guess. And so yeah, I go. I'm I'm like, okay. And then I just walk away. I
Okay,
just walk
so
off.
in this map, because it's an exploration map, you can move your
Okay.
your tokens as you wish.
I'm gonna go here.
Do take note that the light doesn't actually
No,
update
actually, I don't
until
have
you
water
drop
bullets,
until you drop your token. So it
If
is
I move here.
what I mean by that.
that's
What I
cool.
mean by that is you might not want to move too far away in case because how this works is in exploration, if you just randomly move your token and you move it somewhere and there's a monster there, combat just starts. I'm just gonna be like, oh well, you found a monster.
Yeah,
Combat
no,
just
fair
starts.
enough.
Yeah. So be careful as you move. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Be
okay.
more cautious. Ray T and Gaius have done this before, so.
Do we see anything?
So well, I'm with Cat Monk, so I'm here.
Looking at
Alina,
the
can you
ledge.
move?
I can't like.
No, if you can't, I can try and reset your
No,
token.
No,
especially
no. I think
the
this
mount.
is entirely
She's
me.
using a laptop, so it's like pretty.
Oh, okay.
I
Not using
can't,
a mouse, right?
Actually, hang on.
I can't like shunt the screen over, so I can't like see myself to move myself.
Well, I walk up to Siley.
Oh, you
I'm
can
like,
You
adjust using the
want to
scroller.
zoom out? If
And you can zoom out as
from the
well,
map.
yeah. You can
If I
zoom out.
zoom out, I can't quite work out which one's me. I think I'm the top one. Am I the top one?
Yeah, you're the top
Let
one.
me look
You're
at
this
it.
one.
see
Oh,
what I
why you
mean?
so zoomed out, brother?
Yeah, this is the only way I can see myself.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah,
You see what I
technical
mean?
difficulties is fine.
Sorry.
No, it's
It's
good.
alright.
Do we see anything here, dear?
Yeah.
It's a 5-foot ledge that heads up, and you can just see from beyond at the top, what looks to be stalactites, stalactites and stalagmites that kind of go from a low roofed ceiling cavern
So right.
all the way down. Yep. So
Right.
you can
Can I
see.
try it?
You can try and clamber up onto the ledge,
can
yeah,
put on this.
if
Do we
you want
hear
to.
anything?
Do you
So
hear?
hold
Anything?
right click
Make
on
another
the
perception check.
map,
Wait, hang on.
and then you can scroll wheel to.
Wait there.
Natural 18.
Wait, how do I move myself?
Nice.
Hold left click. And then you move
Okay.
down.
So we have the
around.
druid as the perception person,
Okay,
basically.
Makes
groovy.
sense? So just like what Max said, make sure you don't move too far, because if you spot a monster, they're gonna spot you. So just follow.
Why
us.
am I so far away from
You
everyone?
can move. But just
You
You
can move, you can move.
bastards! I've left
can
you
move.
already.
You can move. You can move.
One
You should-
technical hitch and I'm abandoned.
You should be. You should be.
We
able,
walked off.
You should be able to move.
So,
Siley,
You want to
I
test
think
it first?
Okay. I'm gonna go here.
Okay. So there is the 5-foot ledge, and just above the 5-foot ledge, just out of vision, just out of your range of vision, is the stalactites. 2 of them that kind of rise up from the top.
Mhm.
Yep. So you can try and climb. It's a very short ledge. So
All right. Well, no time
and
at the present. I climb up.
Okay. So Silene's perception as well. You hear, and all you hear is like the very soft. It's kind of like echoing water coming from the other side of this tunnel, but other than that, you don't hear anything. Soul immediately just clambers up. Can you make an athletics check, please?
Yep. The fact, even though it's smaller than I am.
Yeah,
Okay. Yep. Okay.
just an easy one, but still.
Plus 5, 15.
Yep, so no problem. Clamber upwards, and you now see the entire tunnel is filled with stalactites and stalagmites, pretty much. And you do see as you look around, what is your passive perception?
11.
11. So as you look around, okay, give me a moment. And you're like, okay, seems pretty clear. It's pretty low ceiling. Your head this is just a tiny bit of space above your head before you hit the ceiling. So you're like, okay. A bit of a tight squeeze in that regard, but you can signal to the rest to climb up if you want.
Yep. Okay. I signal to them to climb up.
Okay, I'm gonna try and climb up.
Can you make an athletics check?
Okay, so that is
Minus, because you have low strength.
yeah. I was gonna say it's strength athletics then.
Yes, I think it's -2, so it's
So
D20.
yeah, so it's
1d20 minus 2.
so
-2.
/ roll 1d20
20 -2.
minus.
Okay. It takes a little bit of a difficulty to climb up. There's a little bit of a scrape, but just minor flesh wounds. But you do scrape yourselves a little bit, and you manage to climb up. You make it up here. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Alina, what's your passive perception?
When you say passive perception.
It should
There's a
say on
box.
the left,
Left,
if you're
under,
using
yeah. It should be on.
D&D Beyond.
Oh,
The
passive wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes,
Passive
passive
perception.
wisdom.
It's 14.
14. So Alina, as you climb up and having Soul tell you that it is safe, you look up and just in case you do a cursory glance of the chamber, and you do actually notice something that Soul failed to see. Close to the center of the chamber and towards the end as well, you see what looks to be almost worm-like creatures that are hanging from the ceiling as though they are ready to fall on you at any time. And you do see just out of just barely perceptible, you see these worms that are hanging there. They do have sharp teeth at the end of it, as though waiting to drop on you.
Okay. Honestly,
Yep.
Sol, is this amateur hour? Be a bit more observant next time.
Well, Nat doesn't know they see anything or whatever.
Alina only told this to Soul.
Yeah. So he's gonna try and be a dick and it's 5 foot, right? You said 5 foot.
Yeah,
right?
just 5 foot. It's not.
What is that? Like a meter? He's gonna
Yeah,
try and
meter plus.
parkour up it. He wants to jump up it.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
Like a dickhead that he is.
Yeah, make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, alright. Natural 20!
Take that one. Come on,
Yeah,
that one.
With ease. Yeah, with ease, you just jump, backflip, and land right behind Soul.
And then as I do that, I look at it too. I just shrug, real arrogant, whatever. And then I just stand there.
Okay.
I call and I go help me up here. This isn't my strong point.
Fine. I look to Soul and I'm like, I can't carry them up here, but I have rope. Do you want to just pull them up here?
Yep. So I turn back. I put the lantern down somewhere so that I can use two hands.
Right next to you. Yep.
Yep.
Reach out a hand.
And you
But
pull.
I can just lean down and pick them up, right?
Oh
Yeah,
okay.
you kind of
It's only 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Keep forgetting
Silene.
5 feet.
Yeah, so Silene and Cat Monk managed to either with the help of the rope or with just Soul himself raise all of you up on the ledge now.
You raised me up.
Get the drums going.
Yeah,
All
bongo me
five,
out.
yeah, and the drums just start.
Oh, bongo drums. Yeah.
Yes, so all of you are now on the ledge, and those of you with a passive perception of higher than 14, you do actually see the same things that
Do I
Alina.
know because she's told me?
Yeah.
She hasn't
I don't
said
see
it yet. I don't think she said it. You
Called
just
you a
told.
moron.
She accused me of amateur hour.
Yeah, she accused you of amateur, but she didn't tell you what she saw.
Oh, okay.
So you don't actually know.
So I
what
have
she
no
saw.
idea. I've still got no
You have
idea.
no idea.
Yeah.
And Nat has no idea either.
I have no idea.
I tell him quickly.
Oh.
Okay, Eileen.
Yeah.
What about you, Catmon? What's your passive wisdom?
12.
Oh, so you don't see it. So everybody but Soul and Cat. No, Soul and Cat. Soul and Cat still don't know that.
Oh, right. Yes.
The rest of you do know that it's a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So because
Can
no
we
one
tell
said anything
them,
to me, I
or-
just picked them.
No, you can. That's why he's saying he doesn't
Okay.
know it because we haven't told him. Yeah.
Yeah. So Soul just continues to walk. So yeah, where are you moving?
I guess I'll. Oop, why can't I pick myself up?
It's here.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, who do you think I am?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just keep walking slowly and just carry on.
I go so.
Okay.
Stop. Hey, dragon boy, stop. Does he stop?
So I don't
stop?
stop, but I just walk slower.
He walks slow.
I was like, there's something up there. There's something up there.
Huh?
I don't know what it is. Silene saw it.
It's like around here-ish.
It's a worm. It's like, I don't know, maybe 15 feet ahead of us. There's a worm.
Yeah, it's around
She
here.
said to me in undercommon. And now I'm translating. So how do you guys want to do this?
I just untouch my bow and just get it ready.
Okay.
I use my feline ability and I jump forward
Okay, so where are you jumping from?
in front of Soul.
Okay. And you blocking him?
Yeah, I'm getting in front of Soul. I'm like, Soul, I got this.
But he doesn't know what's going on either yet.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but he heard Nat say
Oh, he hurt me.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's just gonna.
Because he's right next to me. Sol, are you good at sneaky beaky? Do you want to creep up and jump on them?
Clink, clink.
Then I smirk and I say, "Sneaking is for the cowardly and the weak."
And
And
then
I just confidently draw my sword and I just say, "Where are they?"
Oh, fuck.
Meanwhile, I'm at the front of the group playing my drums, so it's like. I'm
So it's not stealthy at all.
I roll my eyes and just follow behind. I stick with Silene, but I follow behind Soul.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So I've drawn my sword and I'm
This
just
one's
walking
Silene.
forward until I see something.
This is Silene.
Okay.
Okay. So
And I'm-
Soul, you walk
But
till
I'm
about
getting blocked by cat
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
time, right?
the chunky cat tries to block you.
I'm beating my drums to each footstep you take.
That's the most annoying thing I've
Can I
ever
smack
heard.
him with the pommel of my sword to get him out of the way?
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Whoa, wait. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to move. I can't move. Okay.
So sometimes because the dynamic lighting kind of blocks it, so yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
I just keep.
Are
I take
you-
another step forward. Still see
Okay.
nothing.
So now Soul, you do see just barely perceptible to you because your passive perception isn't that high. The worm-like creatures hanging from the ceiling, just past your head. Honestly, if you were to stand at your full height.
Okay. So then, fine, let's do it. I'll just breathe on them.
Wait,
Oh,
so
so you-
he's within range of them, or he sees them?
No, he sees them.
Oh,
He
so
is
they're right-
within range to breath weapon if he wants to.
Oh, wow,
You
okay.
said they're right by my head, right?
Yeah, they're right in
And
front of you right now.
I'm just gonna breathe on them.
Oh,
Okay.
If he's doing that, I wanna knock an arrow and shoot at the same time. Seeing him just walking.
Okay,
forward,
so-
I don't care.
I believe the Dragonborn's breath weapon is a dexterity saving throw. Is it not?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I rolled, and Xylene, can you make an attack roll with your bow?
That is with my bow. That's 22 to hit.
22 to hit, that definitely hits. So as you shoot the bow towards one of these creatures, you hit it and it falls flat on the ground. And just as that happens, all of you see for a moment the entirety of the tunnel is lit up as a gout of flame flies out from the Dragonborn's maw and incinerates all the worms and they start falling onto the ground. And as they fall to the ground, that's when you start to see they're not just worms. They kind of look like worms, but they have that mouth-like teeth at the end of it and a single eye. For the rest of them, they have been incinerated. It's pretty much just charred. The single one that was shot by Silene's arrow, you see, has that one eye that is now pierced by the arrow and the little teeth. It looks like you kind of get the idea that had you just walked below them, they would have just dropped on you with their mouth and like bit you essentially. Yep.
Nice.
But now, Soul cleared the entire way.
What a
So,
boss.
yep.
Straight up cleared it.
So the entirety of the worm-like creatures are now dead on the ground, either charred or like pierced by an arrow.
So I just keep walking, and then I step on bodies along the way. No stops in the steps. Just keep
Yep.
plowing
It's just
along.
squishy sounds as you just step. It's like stepping on slugs almost.
I see a burnt worm, and I finally stop playing the drums. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You didn't see that, yeah? You didn't know what was going on.
Can I pick up one of the burnt worms?
Sure.
I tie it into a little bow and I put it back on the ground.
It's a little bit disgusting holding the slimy creature, but yeah, you do it.
Make a sleight of hand
I wipe
check.
my hands on like the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's
So,
it.
so Soul is continuing to move onwards. You guys can also continue to move onwards as far as you might want.
I
Honestly.
let the party know just to keep an eye out on the ceiling and then
Okay.
continue on.
So as you continue to see Soul at this point, you can kind of see just beyond your field of vision that this tunnel opens up into a slightly larger tunnel with a higher ceiling.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep walking myself slowly because that's just what I'm doing.
Nat stays not too far back where the outer side, but enough where, if anything hits, it hits him first.
Okay. Is Alina moving? Because Alina's
left
still
behind.
Alina's left behind again.
Move.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll do it. No. You try now. Try now. Sometimes the dynamic lighting.
Oh,
screws up.
yeah, I can move.
Yeah,
now.
okay.
Oh, there's those things in the way which block you.
Yeah, so sometimes they kind of screw it up. That's why. Okay. If you can't move, I'll just move it for you, so no worries. Yeah, so as you exit out of this stalagmite and stalactite-filled cave, you start to see this cave kind of opens up into one with a taller ceiling, and towards the north end, you do see the water the water's edge as well, and you kind of get the idea that had you gone from the other tunnel, that might have been where you would end up from.
Ah.
Sorry,
There is
guys.
another tunnel that goes all the way down from
alright.
from the south of where you are right now.
We got experience.
Yeah, so you basically have like north and south.
Gotcha.
Do we
Yeah.
still see the footprints?
Just barely as you follow, they're starting to fade, and you do see some of them head to the. It seems most of them headed in this direction to the north. And as you head up where Alina is, you do see right now as well that there is a sort of like a cave entrance before you right now.
Oh.
To the right of us, it looks a bit bloody. Do we want to?
Oh, hang on, don't go too far.
I'm not.
Alina, make a perception check, since you're right outside
Okay.
the cave mouth.
Right. Okay.
Nudge
What's my
stays
perception?
a bit back.
Perception plus
This
4.
is yes, so D20 plus 4.
Okay. Forward slash roll 1d20 plus 4 enter. 23.
23.
Ooh.
So, as you stand near the cave entrance and kind of lean against the wall, just trying to hear what's inside, you start to you catch sight of the bloody ground and what looks like chunks of flesh, and you hear movement from within. What sounds like a lot of almost like a lot of a heavy creature with more than 2 legs, kind of scraping on the sand and moving within the cave itself. You don't see it yet, but you kind of have that. You
So
hear
there's
that.
no footprints going south over here.
Yeah, no. You don't see. They all move north, and they don't. And one single footprint seems to go from the cave back to where the water was. So where Sol and Catmog are waiting.
One footstep. Oh, okay.
Well, I walk, up to them, and I'm like, "What do you guys? What's going on? Why we stopped? What do you see? What's happening?"
Leroy! No.
I shrug and I say I see nothing, and I just keep walking along to the wall.
So
Is
stop walking into the water.
Is this a wall here, or
No, this is a cave entrance.
Oh, it's a cave entrance.
It's the mouth
oh,
of the cave.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just
Can I? Does everyone automatically? You don't know what I know, right?
No, I don't know. We
You
don't
have
see
to
what
tell
you
them.
see.
Unless we're on your spot.
You have to tell them.
Can I tell you then? Okay, so
okay. So she stops us.
beyond that cave, it sounds like there's a creature, one heavy creature crawling along. Do we want to go in? Raheem? He could be in there. Do we want to just leave it? What do we want to
Let's go
do?
say hi.
Does it sound dangerous?
I mean, yeah, it sounds a bit sketch.
Let's
So
go
I
say
Not gonna
hi.
lie.
So I smile and I walk a little bit faster.
Towards into the cave.
This will be a worthy challenge.
Okay, so you go into the cave, and you guys start to see Soul move into the cave, and just as you go past the cave mouth, Soul, you start to see the creature show itself from behind the rocks here. It is a creature with mottled blue skin, with some sharp spines on its back, and it's moving on 6 legs. And as it moves out this way, you see, and it looks at you, and the moment it looks at you, you see it has bright yellow eyes that flash blue. I need you, Soul, to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. 14.
Who said the
14.
big man?
Yep.
So as you look at this creature, sorry, not 6 legs, 8 legs. As you see with 8 big like stump-like legs, and it looks at you, you feel your whole body seize up, and for a moment you feel as though your body is about to be petrified, and you're like, oh, your muscles are seizing up. You shake it off, and you're like, no, not today. I need all of you to roll initiative. Now that we've started this actual first combat essentially.
Initiative.
Yeah, first combat.
Holy shit! Natural 1.
Hang on, what is initiative under?
So you roll a d20, and then you will see initiative under your proficiency bonus. You add that on to whatever number you roll.
Initiative.
I think yours +3.
It should be
We don't
under
have
your
initiative here.
No, you should. It's next to the armor class.
Armor class and your speed.
Under proficiency bonus. All the way
Natural
up.
20. Here we go.
Okay. So what's Soul's initiative?
Okay.
It was +1, so 21.
21, nice. Cat monk?
9.
Alina?
Hang on. Roll 1d20 plus 1. Enter. 11.
Nice, okay. Nad?
5.
5. How are the dexterity characters
Yeah,
so
what the
slow?
hell?
I got a 1. I got a natural 1.
Okay, so the creature now, you don't know what this creature is yet, but so what you felt was the moment the creature looked at you and the moment you looked at the creature, your body started to feel as though it was turning to solid stone and you shook it off, but that was not a good feeling. So, we have in the turn order descending. Top of the round we have soul. So you just start to feel as though this
Oh wait,
creature
what about?
seized
Oh,
up your
Silen's all the way
muscles.
back there.
Where is? Yeah. Okay. So
Oh
where
yeah,
is the
Silene.
creature
Silene, what's your initiative? Sorry.
12.
12, okay. Let me do it again. Yep.
So
So
is
yes,
the creature
soul.
the blue circle?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so it's 1, 2. How
Do
far
you
is
not
that?
see the portrait of the creature?
No, I
you
do now.
should.
I just zoom
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it's 20 feet away from me,
Yeah.
which means I can't. Oh, I can actually. So okay, so what I do then is, I have my lantern, I have my shield. I take the shield out, I take the sword out. I put my head behind the shield so I'm not looking at it, because that
Yep.
feeling made me weird. And I just run straight in a straight line, sword, shield, just not even looking, like Zelda.
Okay. So you run
Ooh.
forward, right in front of it,
Link.
Yep.
and you can see from below your shield the legs of the creature, the stumpy legs of the 8 legs basically of the creature. What do you want to do? You're now right before this weird snake-like 8-legged creature.
Essentially, I want to, because of the eyes are what my threat zone is. I'm trying to like grapple the head so that it's not looking directly at me, so that I can maybe get behind it to start stabbing it from behind.
Oh, okay. So as you try and grab it, we'll make a grapple check. So can you,
Grapple.
Yeah. So can you make a strength check, and you will contest it against the creature's strength check.
Yep. +3, 18.
18. The creature, as you pick up the head and you twist it, try to turn it away from you, you manage to, as the creature just yelps, like, as you try to turn its head. Yep. That'll be your action. You have a bonus action.
I don't even know what my options are. Bonus action is.
If you don't have any bonus actions to use,
It
like
says
if you don't have,
actions in combat, it just says fighting.
yeah. So then, if you have no bonus
thank you.
actions, then it's okay. You just don't have a bonus action. It's fine.
Yep, then that's fine. No bonus action.
Okay,
then.
so you managed to kind of twist this creature's head away from the rest of the party. Next, we have the creature itself, who is trying to fight back. He attempts, as your hand is on his head, he attempts to try to bite you. That will be, I will give it a disadvantage because it's being held by you.
Do I
so-
move myself to the side of it because I'm holding it by the side, or just leave it there?
No, not yet. You can
Okay.
just leave it there. On your next
Okay.
turn, you can try to navigate past it.
Yep.
So as it tries to snap at you, it fails to snap at you because you're trying to hold on to his head, but it came close, so you just barely managed to duck out of the way. Silene, you start to hear commotion coming from the north side, Silene. You're not entirely sure what's going on.
Just move towards it. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And
He's
what
so
to do-
far away.
I can't even
Yep.
see where he is. It's all black to me.
Yeah, because you're in the cave. You can't see anything. You're just in the cave itself. Yep. And so now, Silene, you see just beyond the cave, you start to see what looks to be commotion of some sort. You can just barely see it from where you are. What do you want to do as an action, if anything?
Oh, I don't really see anything here, but if you
I don't
say
think you can see the creature.
Yeah,
No,
I don't-
yeah,
I
you can
don't-
just... Yeah. So,
I can
end of
just
your
see
turn?
that- Yeah, end of my turn. I can't do anything.
Okay.
I don't know
End of
what's going
Silene's turn. Alina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I throw a firebolt at it?
Yes, of course. Roll for Firebolt.
That was
How do I
120.
do that?
It's a d20 plus 5, because I believe your
Okay.
spell attack bonus is a plus 5.
Okay. Slash roll 1d20.
5. No, slash roll.
Oh,
That
11.
that was a question mark roll. Oh, no,
Oh.
that was your previous roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You mistyped it.
Put slash to a question mark.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
That's alright.
Okay.
Oh, 1d. 13.
So 13. As you fire the firebolt at the creature, can you describe yourself trying to cast the magic? What do you do to call forth the magic from you? Remembering that you're casting a spell through your necklace.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my
mm.
power comes from my anger, right? So I'm getting increasingly angry at the situation. My emotions are becoming quite overwhelming, whether I want to or not. I need to like unleash it some way. So it starts like almost like electric, and my skin starts to dry out and crack like as if you're in like a desert or something. And then it all kind of channels all through the extremities, straight to the chest, and then it like comes straight out
With the bolt of flame, yeah.
Goes straight for it.
Yep, so there's a small like red bolt of flame that flies out from the necklace towards this creature. Unfortunately, maybe because Soul was in the way, you see it kind of goes wide and hit the rock wall behind this creature here. Your attack misses, unfortunately, but that was pretty cool.
Damn it!
You can still move.
While she's doing that, my bonus action, I'm yelling like, "I'm resistant to fire. Aim closer next time."
Good
Aim
time.
at me.
Well, she didn't know that. Now she knew that. Yeah.
Okay.
So Elena, you can still move. And I don't think you have a bonus action, but you can still move.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay.
You can move up to 6 squares.
6 squares.
So 6 squares.
So wait, I can move up or down?
You can move
anywhere.
anywhere.
That's up
direction
to
you
you.
want.
That's up to you. You can move across as well. You can move diagonally.
Okay,
Go for it,
I don't wanna. I'm gonna stay at the entrance of the cave because, frankly, I'm not protected enough to withstand proper combat. But I want to know what's going on.
Okay, so yeah, now you can see that Soul has the creature by its head and kind of turning it away.
Mhm.
Yep. But as you go in and you see the creature, because of the angle that he's turning it, you start to also feel yourself seize up. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh.
Because
God,
you're
what's
seeing,
my
you're looking at the creature.
Constitution? It's Constitution strength.
No,
No,
it's
it's
saving
con.
throw. So there is
Oh.
a section that says saving throw and has a list like strength, dexterity,
It's right
constitution.
next to your big skill list.
Yeah. So then
above
you
the
should be able to
passive
see the saving throw.
wisdom part.
It says
I literally can't see this.
Constitution?
This is so intense, and I'm so excited, and I can't see it.
It's above where you saw the
Saving
thing.
throw,
Yeah,
Constitution.
That's
Okay,
the one.
cool.
What's the bonus?
Yeah, it's +2.
So it's d20 plus 2. Nice.
Okay. / roll.
Yes.
D20
Plus 2.
2. Fuck.
Okay.
11.
So as you walk in and you catch sight of the creature's eyes and the creature sees you as well, you start to feel your body seize up, and now you realize, oh shit, I can't fight this off, and you
I'm in big trouble.
slowly start to feel your body seize up. You cannot move on your next turn. You are considered to be restrained, which means you cannot move.
Oh.
I am going
Okay.
to add a marker on you just to show that you're restrained. I'm going to add this net next to your token so you know that you're restrained. Okay, so end of your turn, we have Cat Monk.
Alright. I put the drums down. And I sprint right in.
Okay, you sprint all the way in. Move yourself.
I go right in next to Soul.
Okay, move. So
Alright.
as you move, you do, however, catch sight of the creature's eyes. Make a Constitution saving throw as you move.
Should have put the drums over your eyes.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Big goggles.
Fuck!
So as you run and you position yourself next to Soul and the creature, you suddenly feel, oh wait, I can't move, and your body starts to seize up as well. Your muscles feel like stone and lead. We are now restrained as well. But restrained doesn't mean you can't attack. You can still attack. So you can still try to attack. However, it will be disadvantage.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright.
Yes.
Get shit on.
I pull out my short sword.
Yep.
And as a d20 plus...
The weirdest monk ever.
My monk, I pull out my sword.
Shouldn't you just punch the person?
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah, right. So I pull out the short sword. Is it d20 plus 6?
Yes.
No.
You have to roll that. You have to roll that twice, of course.
Oh yeah, 2d20.
Yeah, 2D because it's a disadvantage. So take the lower one. So it's 3 plus 6, so it's 9. So as you try and swing your sword at it, no, your body's just seizing up. You just scrape the hide of the creature. It doesn't do any damage. Do you have a bonus action or
Yeah,
something?
I then use my flurry of blows. So I use 2 unarmed attacks as my
Okay,
bonus.
so now you try and punch it.
So roll 2d20 again.
Still disadvantage. Yeah, still disadvantage for both.
Plus 6.
Yep. So that is a 15 plus 6. That one will hit. That's the first hit. Second hit.
Okay.
Let's go, Cat Monk.
Yeah. Oh, that hits as well. So can you describe yourself as your first short sword misses, but you use your two unarmed strike to punch it?
Halfway
speech
through, I'm
weapon,
like, what am I? I'm a monk. Why am I doing this? And I drop the sword, and I slowly just pull out my fist, and I'm like trying to channel a bit of astral into it, but it fails. So I'm just like, fuck this. And I just try to throw a 1-2-1-2. So I throw
Okay.
2 punches.
Yes, and both punches land. Pop, pop. So roll for damage.
2d plus.
Yes. Okay, still something. Still something. Minimum damage, but still something.
Get me out.
Okay, so you land 2 punches and you can feel that you hit the bone underneath the skin of this creature. Some damage, better than none. And
Wait,
of your turn.
Why did you roll 2d4? Is it 1d4 per punch?
Yeah, 1d4
Yeah.
per punch. Oh, then you
wouldn't
need
it
to
be
add
1d? Yeah, and plus another
6.
3, right?
Yeah, so it's
plus
another
6,
3.
because it's 2
Yeah.
punches.
Yeah, so it's another 6.
So what?
Another 3.
So
So you add
it'll
another
be-
3 to that. So
Oh,
it's
so it's
8
2d4 plus
damage.
6.
Yeah, because
Plus
it's supposed to be
it's,
plus 6. Yeah, okay,
okay,
end of
keep that
your
one.
turn, we go to Nard.
So I see the Dragonborn struggling with the thing, right? From
Yeah,
I think
he's like wrestling. He's like wrestling with the creature right now.
Okay, I'm gonna use my feline agility to double my
Okay.
speed.
Okay.
I think I should reach. Yeah, and then
Yep.
I will run and basic. Oh, fuck, I can't get in. I will. Wait, can I fit here?
Yeah. You can squeeze to the side. However, running in. Oh, actually no. From that side, you wouldn't see the creature's eye, so you're fine. You move
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay. That's
And now you have flanking because
Yeah.
you have advantage on your attack because Cat Monk's opposite you. So you
So
have
I'm gonna. I've drawn out both my short swords, and I'm just gonna.
Step.
Gonna step. So
Okay.
I'm gonna roll twice. So advantage, right?
Advantage. Yep.
So first hit is. Oh, that will not hit. That's a
D20 plus.
D20 plus. What is my thing again? Plus 6, I think. Yeah. So the first one is 12
But that's with advantage. So
with
you can roll
advantage.
again.
No,
Oh,
I
with-
already rolled. I
oh,
rolled
with
two-
advantage. Okay,
yeah.
so the first short sword kind of scrapes across the hide, doesn't do anything.
Okay, the second one is 23.
That hits.
Oh.
Roll for damage.
23.
And you have sneak attack because
Yeah.
your allies are near it.
So it's a 1d6 plus 4 for my short sword. So that's
Okay.
9 damage of the short sword, and then a 1d6. I rolled a 1. So I did 10 damage total.
10 damage.
10 total, yes.
Pretty nice. Okay, can you describe yourself as you swing your short swords at it? And the first one misses, unfortunately.
So I look at Silene and I sound like, and I kind of like mimic Soul's accent and voice. I'm like, I'm just like sneaky beaky is for the weak, huh? And I run in, and as I run in, I draw out both my swords, and I go swinging. And the first one, obviously I completely overcompensate at this, and I feel like an idiot. And so the second one, I just do like a, and I just like stab him like from short
And that
distance.
works. And that works.
And it works. And so
Yeah.
so I hit the second one, and
Okay.
yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay, end of Nat's turn. Go back to Soul. Soul, you're still grappling with the head of this creature. What are you gonna do?
Yep. So now I'm gonna try to draw my. Did I draw my? No, I haven't drawn my sword. So I'm gonna try to
You
draw
have your
my
shield.
sword. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I have my shield. So I'm gonna try to let go of one hand, draw my sword, and just try to drive my sword straight through the head. Just go for
Okay.
the kill straight away.
Okay, so you can try to stab through the head. That would be if you want to do an aim shot like that, whatever you roll, you have to -5 from the actual roll to see if you hit. Otherwise, you could just say you try and hit the head, but not necessarily stab it through. But yeah.
Okay, I'll just try to hit the head then, I guess.
Okay, sure.
So just roll to hit.
Yeah. So D20 plus whatever your bonus is, which I think it's also a 6 or a 5, either one.
It's
Is he still grappling?
it's a
him?
5, but I
Yeah,
have
he's-
duelist. So what does that mean?
Duelist, I believe, gives you dueling.
Plus
You mean?
2 again.
Yeah,
Dueling,
so-
sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be
So I
plus
think
7.
that gives you a +2 to damage rolls. Not
to damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if it hits, you add a 2.
Okay. Yep. Sweet as.
Yep.
So rolling.
So D20.
14.
14 just misses, unfortunately.
Damn it.
So can you describe yourself as you try to attack the head, but perhaps because you're holding onto
I
the
think
head.
it's because I'm holding. It's kind of
slippery.
like going like a rodeo thing. So I'm trying to like do this thing, and it's not quite working.
It just doesn't work, yeah. So you
just
feel
doesn't work.
it. You feel it
That's a
scraping
dragon.
against
That's
the
a
head, but it
dragon.
just doesn't work. It's not a dragon, but yeah.
No, you
So-
know that. Don't worry.
Keeping great care to make sure you don't look directly at its eyes. Question, because this is most of your first combats. Just question. You didn't actually tell the rest of the party about the eyes. So you can use it. You can use it now to tell. You can use the time now to tell them about the eyes, to not look it in the eye.
Okay. Yeah. So my bonus action would be like, the eyes are the bad part. Don't look at it.
Okay.
Silene is lying. Look at the eyes.
You mean soul?
Soul, not Eileen.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So Soul attack misses, unfortunately, but still holding on to the creature. Now is the creature's turn. The creature is gonna thrash about a little bit. He's gonna try and contest your grapple check. So Soul, can you make another grapple check? So it's just strength check.
Yep.
To see if he tries to break free of it.
19 plus 3, 22.
Yeah, no, he doesn't break free of
Holy
it. So he's still
shit.
holding on to it,
That's
and he's
bad.
still thrashing. But right now he sees Catmonk before him and restrained, kind of fighting against the effect.
He's just crawling
that
on the
his eye-
ground.
Yeah, so he's gonna attempt to bite Catmonk, who is unable to really defend himself that well because he's restrained. That is a 18 to hit.
Ooh, okay.
For sure.
Oh, that is
For
ouch.
sure? Okay.
Yeah.
You take, so as the bite lands on you, you take 8 points of piercing damage,
That's,
Ooh.
that's hefty.
plus 3 points of poison damage.
I have 1 health. I have 1 health.
So immediately the bite goes down, and you feel, oh crap.
Do I get dragged along since it's the head that's biting?
A little bit, but
Okay.
they're kind of right next to each other.
Okay, yeah,
So
okay.
as he chomps down on you, and you're like, oh god, that's smart. You feel the next injection of poison course through your veins, and for a moment you feel your heartbeat in your ears. Okay, so you're at 1 HP. Now we have Silene.
Alright, I want to move up to over here.
Yep,
To
move
the
up.
edge here.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
Can you see?
maybe
You can't see the creature, but you can see Alina and Catmonk.
maybe like here. Oh yeah, I can see the creature now.
Yeah, now you can see it. Yeah, you can't see Nad though.
How far am I? Ooh,
40 feet. You can move
I'm-
10 feet forward, like here.
Yeah, I might
One.
have to move to the entrance as well, and I
Yep, so it's here.
go. I would like stand on the other side, opposite of where Alina is.
Yep.
And I see the monster, so I wanna. Let's see. Just wanna double check something.
You do also see, just so you know, you do also see that your friend, not really friend, but your companion, the other cat, has taken a heavy hit and is now bleeding from a bite wound on his shoulder, which also kind of looks poisoned. The skin, the fur around there, kind of turned like greenish, and you're like, ugh.
A flesh wound, don't worry.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna
see-
cast produce flame, and I throw the fire at
Hey.
the monster first.
Okay, what are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that?
So I'm gonna crouch by the side of the wall, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna start draw a little circle with a star inside it, and then a small flame appears in it, and then I just throw it. Just
That's dope.
push it towards the monster.
Nice.
That's so
So there is a ranged spell attack. So can you make a ranged spell attack? So it's a D20 plus your ranged spell attack. I believe it's a +6 or +5.
Just did an alchemy circle. Ranking jutsu.
That's 10 to hit.
Edward Elric that shit.
And unfortunately, the same thing with Alina. As you try to witness this scene before you, unsure of what to do, you produce the flame and you hurl it forward, but it lands on the boulders right next to Catmonk and Soul and explodes in a mode of flame. And you're like, oh,
And I
oh well.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast healing words on
Catmonk.
So
Okay, roll for healing word. 1d4.
1d12 for the spell. What does spell mean?
Wisdom modifier.
Where's my wisdom modifier?
Where did...
Well,
You heal 6 points of damage, so 2 plus 4, right?
6 points, God bless.
Yeah. So you have 7.
I've
Health
said
now.
how.
7 out of 12.
We back,
Okay.
baby.
As I see
Okay.
the misfire from Silene,
Silene.
I like yell over in Undercommon in Elvish, and I'm like, this other cat's really shit. He just got hit like a million times. I don't know what's wrong with him. And then I like spin back onto the monster.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have disconnect because it just happens to be Alina's turn.
Alina casts a firebolt.
No.
Fireball.
Firebolt or fireball?
I wish it. Fireball, everyone dies.
Yeah, fireball is not a
What is
good.
it's like 20 foot, right?
40, well, 20 foot radius, 40 foot diameter.
So it will hit everyone.
It's the whole fucking cave, yeah, it's the whole fucking cave.
Inside the cave as well, just like.
Only Eileen survives, bro. Yeah, only Eileen survives.
I maintain I am fire resistant.
Okay, Alina, it is your turn. So what you just saw as you're fighting against the muscles all cramping up and tightening, you see Silene cast a spell on Cat Monk that heals the cat, but you also see Silene throw a flame just like you, but it hits the rocks and misses. So what is your turn? Now it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm really angry now. I'm gonna cast another firebolt.
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually first, hang on. Am I allowed to look around the cave to see if there's anything I can use to attack this thing first?
Yeah, make a quick perception check. I'll allow that.
Okay.
Holy fuck, man. First mob and like Cat Monk's nearly dead. Like, Jesus.
What? To be fair, this was one of the mini bosses.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, yo, basic bitch, start of the campaign.
You never know, right? Because you don't know.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Okay, 12.
Okay, so as you look around the cave floor, other than the scraps of weird clothing and meat around the floor and the bloodied body, all you figure is that, well, unless you pick up one of the bones that you see and smack his head with it, there isn't really much else to use as a weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna try my firebolt again then.
Okay, so you conjure up the
Can I
flame.
direct it to his eyes though?
Again,
One
yes,
eye.
but that would be
One
a
eye.
-5 to your hit, so take note of that, because that's an aim shot, yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna try and hit.
So you're just gonna try the,
object.
yep, so fling another fireball, bullet,
Oh my god.
D20
What?
plus 6.
I wrote this bullshit.
Okay. Right. Roll 1d20.
Plus 6. Slash roll.
Slash
You forgot to
roll.
slash roll again.
Sorry.
Just copy and paste it, it's fine.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Yay!
nat 20.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so when you get a nat 20, what that means is that it's a crit. So what happens on a crit is when you roll for damage, you roll the dice twice. So in your case, Fireball is a d10, so you roll a 2d10 rather than a 1d10. So that's a crit damage because it's double the damage. It's critical
Okay.
hit. Yes.
You roll
So you
2d10.
slash roll 2d10, and
Okay.
that's the amount of damage that you will do on your crit.
Okay.
First nat 20 in the
First
game.
nat 20! Not the first nat 1, but the first nat 20.
Wait, hang on. Roll 1d10.
No,
Two
Roll,
D10.
roll 2d10.
2d10.
Oh, I
Two
guess double the
D-
1d10.
10.
Do we need
Yeah.
like bonus, like plus whatever?
No, spells don't have the bonus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
7 points of damage. Okay.
Not bad.
So can you describe yourself as you fire off this firebolt that actually does critical damage at this creature? It doesn't kill it, but it does enough. It does a significant amount of damage.
Okay, so like I said before, my power comes from my emotions. I'm really, really pissed off now because
Yeah.
I've been held down and I'm really angry and I feel really frustrated. So it
Yep.
all builds up again and then it comes straight out, but it's a bit more powerful this time and a bit more focused and a bit more targeted. And it hits directly and it just chars the shit out of one part of it.
Okay. So as you fire off the firebolt from your necklace, you see it flies across Soul, just whizzing past Soul's ear into the creature, and you see the side of the creature that it travels through. It burns that entire side. So like one half of the creature is now charred. The body is now blackened rather than blue.
One of
That's
the
a nice-
eyes or just the body?
No, just the body, unfortunately.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that is end of your turn. You can't move, but at the end of your turn, can you make another Constitution saving throw to try and fight off the effect of this easing up of your muscles?
I can. Constitution.
Yeah, I believe it's a +2 the
+2.
last time. Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
slash roll d20 +2. Did you roll yet?
What do I do? Yeah, /roll
D20
/roll 1d20 plus
plus 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
So as you try and fight it back again, you manage to shake off the effect and you feel your muscles loosening again. You're like, oh god, that was close. You are no longer restrained.
Nice.
So you're fine now. You can
Nice.
move. But it might still happen if you look at the eyes. Now you kind of understand. Okay, I shouldn't look at the eyes. Okay. So end of your turn, we have Catmonk. Catmonk, you're still restrained. You just got healed and you just took a chunk of your shoulder because of the bite. What do you want to do?
So I completely forgot. The reason I've been missing this whole time is because I've been speaking not normally.
Mm.
So I put away the sword and I pull out my fist once again. And I aim for his eye. Yes, I know that's -5 and I'm going to do it anyways.
Yes,
Nice.
like it. I like it.
I do not want to do it anyways. I've never seen minus in my life.
And so as you
Oh,
wait, are you
man.
using the sword or are you using your fist?
My fist.
Your fist,
Oh.
and it's a
Punch
-1.
the eye.
So as you try
Oh,
and punch the
man.
eye, you just manage to brush past it, and just as your fist lands near the eye, it blinks, closing the eyes, and you punch the eyelid, and you're like, oh, fuck, that would have been really cool if it hit.
Do you not have like a hit modifier on your fist?
How much could he possibly modify it up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they would
yeah.
have a...
Even if he adds, even if he
It's
adds
like
modify, it doesn't
plus
do
40.
anything.
Okay,
It
sorry,
doesn't do anything.
plus this. Like...
Yeah, it still doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
minus
5.
one. It's a -1 plus 1, so it's just gonna be 0. It still doesn't hit.
As my bonus action, I'm gonna also use my patient defense, which means
Okay, so you're just gonna
I
get into a defensive
I
posture.
meditate a bit after that painful island.
Yeah, I reckon you probably should with a nigga's one.
Can you describe yourself as you drop into defensive posture? What do you do?
So after I recoil from that punch, because I didn't expect armor on an eyelid. Who the fuck has that? I look at Saul and I look at him still grappling. I'm like, big man's got it. So I just sit down. I cross my legs. I put my feet up in a triangular position, and I just
In the middle of combat, all of you
Oh.
see, you're like, what
The worst party ever.
like what the fuck?
Oh,
Okay, and
wait.
what?
He gets advantage because we're
No,
flanking.
no. He has
Oh, he doesn't.
disadvantage.
Oh, because
He has
he's
disadvantage
restrained.
for restraint, and then he has advantage, so it evens out.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I remember that. So, as you get into the patient defense, can you also make a Constitution saving throw to try and fight off your muscles tightening?
Absolutely.
No, wait. What's your bonus? What's your saving throw bonus?
my
Does it really matter?
I'm just asking.
my constitution is 0, and then
Oh, okay. Well, so
yeah.
okay. So it's just a 2 then. So
Yeah.
as you go into the stance, into your meditative defensive stance, all of you see him do that, and the moment he steadies himself in the stance, his entire body turns to stone, and he's just in that position, but now a stone.
He actually turns to stone. Oh my god.
He actually turns to stone.
Just quietly hear a
And as he he just gets cut off as he turns into stone. So you are now
Okay.
petrified.
Oh my god.
End of Catmonk's turn, not Val.
So Nat hears Soul, right, yelling about the eye thing.
Yeah.
Even though he's behind him anyway. So Nat's like careful to just look at like basically like neck downwards and just concentrate things in there. So he's just gonna double stab again. Advantage still?
Yeah. No, because the ally next to you is not considered an ally now. He's stone.
Guys, actually useless.
You can shift here.
Nah, I'm not gonna move. I want to regain my cat ability. Okay, I'm gonna roll. First attack is a 23 to hit.
23 hits. Roll for them. Oh no, roll for the second one first. We'll see if that hits.
So second one is a 14 to hit.
14 misses. So your first hit hits and your second hit misses, but roll for damage. You still have sneak attack because
I have
Soul
sneak
is there.
attack, right? So
Yeah, because Soul is there. So you still have sneak attack.
Oh wait, it's a 1d6. So 3 is 7, and then oh shit. Okay, I drop a dice. I'll just reroll this one. What was it? 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. That's good. That's not bad. Okay, you see now the creature is starting to get weaker as you stab through pieces of its hide through, and you see you draw blood. This really thick blue blood as you pull back from your short sword. Can you also describe yourself as your first hit misses and your second hit lands?
So I'm looking at the body, and I literally, learning from the first time where I tried to be all bravado and miss, I'm just gonna go, but the first time I do it, because it's thrashing around, it misses, and the second one just goes clean into his whatever.
Yep. Into
belly,
his
I guess.
gut, and
Yeah,
then you
into his
draw
And
the
it's-
blood the blood trail. Yep.
Yeah, and right as after I finish that, I turn again to Silent, and I'm like, this cat is useless, and then that's it.
Okay, end of that turn. Back to the top of the round, Soul. You can't even say anything. You're stoned right now.
Oh man.
So I'm still grappling with this, but do I feel like it's getting weaker? Like,
Yeah,
am
yeah,
I
definitely
more
getting weaker.
control?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely getting weaker.
Bear hog.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna choose. I've given up with the sword. I'm just trying to keep grappling it and just slowly start constricting around its neck and just slowly closing my fists and arms, slowly just trying to crush it out.
Okay, I will allow you to do that. Make a d20 plus your attack bonus, strength, and proficiency, which I believe is also a 6 or a 5.
Yep.
So if it's a 5, so it's a d20 plus 5, and just roll for that and see what you get.
22.
22, so that hits. I'll consider that an improvised attack, so the damage will be 1d4 plus strength modifier. So you're slowly choking the creature to death.
While I'm doing it, I want to start praying to Glenzico and use my divine smite.
Ooh. Okay.
So that would
yes,
be
you can.
Crazy.
So I'm going to use up one of my spell slots to do an extra 2d8. Does this count as a fiend?
No, it is not a fiend, unfortunately.
Okay, so 2d8. So what? Roll damage and then 2d8.
Yeah, so you roll the 1d4 plus your strength, and then you roll the 2d8. That's the total amount of damage that you will do.
That's a lot of damage that you could potentially put up.
Okay.
It's a 1d4.
So 1d4 first. I should have just gone with the sword.
1d4 plus 3.
Yep.
No, it's it's narrative.
No, it's cool. You're like choking the creature out.
16.
16 points of damage total.
Yep. 6 plus 7 plus 3.
Ooh, okay. So as you choke the creature out, can you describe yourself of how you do it, and you surge you put your divine smite into it as well?
So I'm crushing it slowly, and I'm just slowly chanting under my breath one of the first hymns of Galensko, and then as it starts to get weaker and weaker, I start chanting louder and louder, like drawing more from it, and then its blood starts to drip through the armor, and it almost like the blood even starts to glow with some sort of magical divineness because my god is responding to this bloodshed essentially, and I'm still chanting the same monotonous tone, like this is just me, average day at work, and it's just another day on the job hymn kind of idea.
Okay, and as you squeeze the creature, you actually feel his life start to fade. How do you want to do the finishing blow to this creature? That hit actually killed it. How do you want to do this? First kill of the campaign.
Yeah, so basically I'm still squeezing it, I'm getting it real tight, and then eventually I can feel the neck muscles and the neck bones start to give way. So I just take it with my other hand, I just rip its head off, and then looking up to see, does my god recognize this as worthy?
Make a religion check as you do that.
Okay.
A religion check.
While he's like squeezing it and singing, like Ned clearly sees he's singing and doing something, right?
Yep.
And that's like the song must be really good, and he like tries to do it, but like how when people try and sing something they don't know, it's really out of tune, and always like 1 second later, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, like that.
So your religion is plus
3.
3. You raise up and you're like, you're still proud of the kill, but no response.
Yeah, and you see my shoulders just sag ever so slightly, like because there's been no response.
This creature is now dead.
Ooh,
Congrats
is
on the kill.
Unpetrified now.
Yeah. So as the creature, as you tear his head out and you raise it up, you suddenly start to hear throughout the cave again. The stone form drops and Kedong is just sitting there. Yep, back to normal.
I search the body.
I'll run up to Cat Monk.
Yeah.
While I've got its head, does its eyes still have any of its properties? Otherwise, I'm just going to rip the eyes out as a trophy.
Yeah, no, the eyes have faded. The color in the eyes has faded.
I'll keep the whole head as a trophy then.
Okay. So you take the whole head.
I will search the rest of the
so you can
the hitless body.
Okay, you can make a custom item in your character sheet. It's a basilisk head.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the chamber of secrets.
That was a basilisk. Not
oh,
the Harry
that's why
Potter
they're
basilisk.
petrified. That's
Yeah,
this
that's
is
why
Tom
it's
Riddle's,
petrified.
Tom Riddle's pet, bro.
Yeah, it's a basilisk.
That's
Yeah,
You
can I
do-
search
okay.
if there's like anything
Yes.
on it?
So Nad, can you make a survival check? And whoever wants to assist
Survival?
can make one more survival check.
What the?
Because you're searching a body, a beast body. 5.
You don't have good survival.
Okay. So as you kind of rummage through the corpse, you're like, other than just body parts, there isn't too much. But you do notice something special, and across its back near where its shoulders are, where its head was decapitated,
Mhm.
you do see like a brand, like so something branded this creature, and it seems to be words. I'm gonna ask you, can you actually read and write undercommon? Real undercommon, not fake undercommon.
No.
You're a
No.
liar.
So you
Common
don't.
and Elvish. Well,
Yeah,
they
so
don't
you
know
don't.
that though.
Yeah, but you don't understand. So looking at it, you're like, oh,
You're like, oh, it's
I
Elvish.
I don't understand this language. But there does seem to be words across like the back, relatively where if it was a dog, where a collar would be. So you're like, oh, that's like a brand there, but you can't read it.
I look at it and
Oh.
I'm like, I just like I just like nod my head knowingly and I walk off.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
And I
rest
just
of
walk
you,
off.
what do you want to do? We're about close to the end of the session, but I'm just gonna ask what did the rest of you want to do?
I went to do a general search of the cave for any loot.
Make a investigation check.
Blah, 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 blah. -1. Oh, yo, bro. The game's rigged.
You try your best to look through the cave, but two things. The first thing is the fact that you got hit by a very heavy bite, and also the fact that you just recovered from this stone body. You're not really in the mood to search for things, so you're just a little bit distracted. And you're like, oh, you know what?
God.
Never mind.
Am I allowed to?
Assist?
Am I allowed to look at the branding and see if I recognise it?
The what? Sorry.
The like
Oh, the brand?
branding. Yeah.
You
and
will
see
need
if I
to
know
search.
it from somewhere.
You will need to search the whole cave plus the body first, because earlier the only person searching the basilisk's body was Nad.
Okay, maybe I just search the cave then, like to.
Okay, so then make an
hopefully with a
investigation
better
check.
outcome.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Right, investigation.
And I know you are good at investigation, so.
That's good, yeah. Okay.
D20 plus whatever your investigation is, which I think is a 4
5.
or 5.
It's
Yeah, so 5.
Ooh, that's
D20 plus 5.
Yeah, that's like max.
Plus
Yeah, it's pretty good.
24.
Oh,
there we go.
okay. So as you go around this will be the last thing that you do, and as you go around the cave, you do notice while most of the body seems to have been chewed off and eaten, you do see this is a human-ish body, size of a human, roughly. It might be one of the thugs, maybe, but you don't recognize you don't see a face. You just kind of see like the shape of the body. You figure it's kind of humanoid, but you do notice that there's a belt pouch that's on the body's hip that is still intact. And as you take out the belt pouch and you open it, you do find 42 gold pieces.
Hey,
And you
get it,
do
gal.
Yeah, 42 gold pieces. You also see a carved silver symbol of some sort of a not like a talisman. It's not actually a religious talisman. It's just like the good luck charm or whatever. Not that it did him any good, but that, judging by the look of it, you think it could be worth something. You're not sure how much, but it could be worth something. And finally, you also see 2 potions of healing.
Oh,
Jackpot.
Nice.
Yo, you're a bit lucky
24.
there, aren't you, love?
It's 24.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, she got a 24, so.
Yeah.
Do we see
So
her?
as you
Do
so
we see
you
her?
you see her take the hip pouch and open it and like take out the gold, take out that
Can I
talisman.
share some of the gold?
It's 42 gold.
You
so yeah.
don't. Yeah, you can.
You don't have
but,
to,
like, it's
but-
just completely.
No, but
up to
like
you.
I wouldn't have got it if I were
Okay.
on my own. So like.
So you can you can share the gold,
Okay.
42 gold, and 2 potions of healing.
I give you guys all 5 pieces of gold, but keep 20 for myself because I'm free.
Sure.
And I'll keep the healing potions for myself for now. But
Both of them?
we'll see. Pardon?
Thank you.
Both of them? Because you have
Two.
Yeah,
2.
both of them for
Okay.
now. I'll keep.
Okay.
And just
So as you take the hip pouch and all of you just look around and like, whoa, that was a big combat right from the get-go. Some of you peek down the path, the other path, the south path that you haven't taken. And you're like, wonder what might be down that path. And as you kind of look at each other, ready to brave further dangers of the cave, we will end the first session here. First session of the campaign. Well done, well done. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh my god, that was
Thanks,
so much fun.
guys.
I
That
like
was
how
so much fun.
I like how that was like Max said it was a sub boss, and I don't know if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure T did literally nothing.
No, he didn't. He didn't do anything.
I think he did like 5
No,
damage.
he did.
No,
Yeah,
he did damage.
He did.
He did 6 damage.
Yeah. He did five damage plus 3, so he did 8 points of
Right,
damage
yeah.
with the 2 punches, but that was it.
He took an attack as well. He took an attack for us.
Which is more than Raymond did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That is true. That
Man,
is true.
T, your
But
roast
to
was
be fair,
so funny, man.
to be fair, Ray healed Cat Monk.
I know,
So
yeah.
that was something. That was still something.
Yeah.
I actually can't believe, like,
That
not
was
me.
the worst luck.
That was the worst luck I've ever.
Wait,
You
let
need
me
your
just try
dice,
a roll
bro.
right now.
You need the actual physical dice, man.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was good. I enjoyed the session. That was good. That was
Make it
pretty-
dice,
I hope,
Bro,
especially
that
for
was
Ria and for
fun.
Angus who might not have played before or played like older editions or whatever. I hope you enjoyed this one. This
Oh,
5
man,
I
that was
did.
so
It was
fun.
so much fun.
Ivy is a
Okay,
lot faster than 4.
It's a lot faster. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot faster. But to be fair, you're low level, so
You're true.
I
Yeah.
want to play another fucking like 3
you're not
hours of
you're
this.
not level 3
Yeah.
yet, but you will be level 3 probably either halfway through the dungeon or at the end of it. So yeah.
Oh,
But right
that's
now
so
you're not
fun.
level 3. Yep.
I love how
So,
I
yeah.
rushed that, and I was like, oh, it's just a basic bit. Like, let's go.
And then stone. You're like, oh shit.
I guess you can never assume that in
Does-
D&D, right? Like,
yeah.
Does what we're doing now count as a short rest, just so that I can
Mm,
reset?
Depends.
I-
If the party decides to have a short rest now, I can consider a short rest. But do be warned that in an adventuring day, you can only take 2 short rests
yeah, I'm not.
before you have to take a long rest.
I would. Like,
So if you want to take
never
the
say
short rest
nah
now, you
about it.
can. But
No,
if you
I
don't
just
want
wasn't
to,
sure if this pause meant we're doing a short rest.
okay, no. So then, if the party is not in agreement and the party doesn't want to do a short rest, I'll just say like this is a pause because we end the session, but it's not actually a short rest.
We just take a long rest. Let's just sleep here. Adventure for 2 minutes. Let's just have a long rest.
Wait, our
Yes.
potion for, like, underwater thingy only lasts a few hours, right?
3 hours.
Yeah.
But this
And
is like this was only
so it
like
took you-
literally less than a minute.
Yeah. No, but it
Yeah,
took
but we've
you
got to get
from,
back out again, right?
from the journey from the water all the way down. It took you maybe about half an hour. So you have about two. Well, with all the exploring and everything, you have like maybe slightly past 2 hours left.
Okay.
Okay.
You can either try to finish the cave in 2 hours, but of course, if you can't, then you have to try and find another way out. But yeah, it is possible.
We'll send Soul up with his only fucking breathing.
Yeah,
To bring the guy back down, yeah.
to bring the wizard down.
Either way, we will end the session here and we will continue the rest of the exploration of this underwater cave and try to find the source of the flame next session, whenever that might be.
Next.
That's
It was
awesome.
a really good party, Well done, guys.
Thanks
I
a
really
lot,
enjoyed
man.
it. I
Thanks,
really
Max.
enjoyed it.
Bro, that was
Really
so
enjoyed it.
fun. Holy
I would
shit.
stay for longer if I could, but I have something on.
No,
to do.
go.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Alright,
So,
guys.
is the Twitch stream still running?
Yeah, it was finished. No, it's
Oh,
all
okay.
good.
Wait, are we doing next week though?
Oh, you can give a shout out if you want. It's still running.
No, well, shout out to, I don't really update it now, but I have an Instagram, Dungeon Master Maximilian. I don't really update it now, but because nowadays, the pictures I used to take there were of the actual minis and the map, but because we do online now most of the days, so I don't really update it much, but I suppose I can take a picture of like our Roll20 screen and stuff and post it there. Yep, and if you're from Singapore, I do professional dungeon mastering for table minis. You can play D&D games there as well. You might not be DM'd by me, but you know you can still play games there.
Yeah,
Because
make
we have
sure
a
to
few
give
DMs.
Max check Max out at what was the place called?
Table minis and my Twitter, although my Twitter's not always D&D stuff. It's Max Tadashi, TADASHII. Yes.
Nice. Thank you, Max, for DMing us today again.
Great
Guys, you want to do an outro?
Alright guys, thanks for watching Shumimasen's first campaign and first episode of first campaign.
Yeah.
We will probably be back here same time next week if everything works out fine. So we'll see you then.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
May the dice roll ever in your favor.
Not for Tillich apparently. Not for Tillich.